It is that time of year again. Welcome back to West Ham Unofficial. I hope you are all well. It is Christmas, which means just one thing. We are here with our annual West Ham Unofficial Christmas party, where, quite frankly, anything could happen over the course of the next 2 hours. So let's hope the laptop survives. Let's hope I survive, and let's hope that we have a good time, which I'm sure we will. And I'm going to kick things off with two fantastic guests who support some pretty dire London clubs along the way. Sean, first of all, our ever present. How are you, mate?
I'm really good, mate. You okay? You back home? Is the backdrop
I'm back home.
changed? You're back home, yeah? Thought you noticed the change.
Yes, I am no longer in London. I am back in Somerset. Steve, a Chelsea fan. Right, so I've been ballsed up here at the start with a Tottenham and a Chelsea fan to start, so that's okay. Well, Steve, how are you?
I'm very well. How's our man from Leatherhead?
That's me.
Yes, it's you.
Right. Yeah. I am now qualifying as a Leatherhead fan. I'm no longer a West Ham fan, but I have abandoned that sense. But we'll come on to that in just a little while. So let's have a little bit of a Christmas chat first of all. So, Sean, I mean, the Christmas decorations have been up in your house for about 6 months, so it's been a highly anticipated event in your household. Have you got all your Christmas shopping done? Are you ready?
I've actually been wrapping this afternoon. I had a few hours to myself, been wrapping. I think I've got one more to get delivered in the post. I think that's on its way. I've got a couple more bits and bobs to get, and yeah, nearly there, nearly ready, mate. A couple more days at work, though. I don't finish till Tuesday, so.
No. So you're in a comfortable position. You're not going to be mad rushing around for room to try and find Christmas presents, are you?
I did a mad rush round Asda. When I go in a shop this time of year, I am literally I'll get in there and get out as quick as I possibly can. I haven't got the stress levels to hang around in there very long. So in and out, run to the till, and try and get out the door.
Well, I think that's a very masculine opinion. Steve, is your Christmas shopping completed?
Oh yeah, my Christmas shopping is grueling because basically we just have to set up all these bank transfers, don't you? Really, because nobody wants gifts anymore; they just want money. So fair enough. The fingers have been working hard on the banking app basically, and that's it. There's a few things that we managed to get, and yeah, we're okay. We've been, laid up for 3 or 4 weeks, the two of us. So it's nice to have a few days to finish off what we're doing.
There we are. And you've got a drink in hand. I've got squash tonight. Had a little trip. Oh, the Thatchers. Oh, very good. I've seen quite enough of that in the last 2 days. But but it's all about the festive cheer, isn't it? Right. So before we talk a little bit about football, every year I like to have one question that I ask everybody Christmas related, and to be honest, I thought of it about 10 minutes ago. So my Christmas question this year is: if there was a mass exodus of Christmas food, if it all got binned, if it all got banned, but you could keep one Christmas food item, would it be sweet? Would it be savoury? What would it be and why? So if everything Christmas food related just left, you could keep and you could save just one. Look at your mind's changing there. Sean's ready. I can see it. Go on, Sean.
I believe it or not, I haven't got the biggest sweet tooth. I do like desserts a bit, but I'm definitely a savoury man, and I think it would have to be a good roast potato. I'd keep that.
Roast potato. There we go. Oh, see, you are in agreement with the father straight away. There we are. Roast potatoes. See,
it's got to be crispy though. They've got to be crispy and quite well done. None of this sort of tinged on a radiator sort of cooked. Do you know what I mean?
Got to be crispy with some seasoning, much like the roast potatoes we had this afternoon, Mum. Very good. I better not say otherwise. I don't.
Well, yeah. You'll get one thrown at you, Jake, if you're not careful.
Steve, your Christmas food selection?
I think it's possibly got to be pigs in blankets, hasn't it?
You've taken my answer. Yeah.
Let's face it, that's cheating because that's two things, because you get the sausage and the bacon.
True. I think that is one of the best things that comes out of Christmas. Pigs in blankets for me.
Don't you find it bizarre? Don't you find it bizarre though? We only eat them at Christmas. Why don't we all like them? Why don't we have them the rest of the year?
But then again, I guess we could form an argument that roast potatoes are all year round.
Yeah, not really a
Yeah,
Christmas thing, are they? You know.
So I'm not going to probe you, Sean, but I'm not going to allow anyone else to go roast potatoes. You've had it, and I'm like, that's a get out now. But no one else is allowed to say roast potatoes. I'm going to get another answer out of them. So that's because you have roast potatoes all year round. Something like sprouts. Well, I mean, some people may have sprouts all year round, but I associate sprouts more of a Christmas thing, Steve. Yeah.
Yeah. You got to remember that. That back in the day. I mean, I remember my mum putting the sprouts on for Christmas in about October to make sure they were ready. You know. But nowadays, sprouts are quite a trendy thing, aren't they? Because they halve them and fry them and put them with chestnuts and do them with this, that, and the other. You know. And it's almost like a gourmet side dish, isn't it, on its own now? But sprouts are good. We eat sprouts when they're in season.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was fascinated by it when I went to America back in September, and they had sprouts as a side in LA, and I turned to my friend who is English, and I was like, "That's not like sprouts at home." Like, I think they were fried, not fried. No, not fried. They were certainly cooked in a different manner, but they were not as good as a good old sprout with a bit of gravy over here.
No, we usually have chopped chestnuts or cranberries or something, and then put it in the pan and fry them off. So yeah, I like sprouts.
So do I. But I mean, you raise a valid point about things have started to become trendy. I've noticed mac and cheese pigs in blankets. So you've got like the mac and cheese as a bed, and then there's like pigs in blankets on top of it. And I feel like we're getting to a point where we're putting too many things into sort of partnership with each other. So
I think that's just people getting bored and wanting to do strange things. And I think I blame that on TikTok or Instagram or something. Because let's face it, nobody would have thought of that before those ridiculous ideas come up. You know, that's just a trendy. That's just a social media thing, shall we say? Talking on social media, but you know what I mean, don't you?
Oh, there we are. Let's see. You've got the chat. Sean has departed. I don't know where he's gone. Maybe he's got to try and find Spurs some new defenders. Oh, here he is. He's gone to find Spurs some new defenders, and he's back.
I've had a nightmare, mate. Sorry.
He's gone to find the key to the trophy cabinet.
Oh.
I've had a nightmare. What are we talking about? I've only got a bit over 5 minutes now.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, we were just talking about sprouts, to be totally honest. But
have you not moved on to football yet?
No, we're moving on to football now. We got a little bit carried away. Sean, it didn't really go too well, did it, yesterday?
I thought the game was very even on quality-wise, to be quite honest. It was just another sort of overlap of how it is lately at the moment, really. Like, you can see half a bit of effort, a little bit of quality. You can hear my missus shouting at the front door. The main take from this, and it wasn't just Tottenham fans, I thought the general feeling was the ref was very, very poor. That didn't help. I think the red card obviously didn't help. You could look at it one way and say it was a red, but I think we see some in the Premier League where they get away with a yellow, very similar. We also see their first goal. Striker puts two hands on Romero's back. Sometimes you see that not given. So we're not getting a lot of luck. We're not probably playing well enough to deserve too much luck, if I'm being brutally honest. But it's just another game of the season. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit of a slog. I know we're a bit moany about football in general lately, but I think most fans, when they watch their team at the moment, it does feel like a bit of a slog. Like Liverpool weren't very good yesterday. Do you know what I mean? And it's just a little bit like that, John. I mean, I don't think many fan bases are tuned in to watch their team expecting much entertainment. Do you know what I mean? I think most teams' fan bases come away from each game probably a little bit moany. Do you know what I mean? Even Liverpool fans who won, I don't expect they were too buzzing about it. All I've seen is them moaning that Van de Ven should have been sent off. So they win, they're still moaning. So football's in a funny place, and I think Tottenham are right in amongst that. Do you know what I mean? We just won our first trophy in like 13, 14 years, and we had that couple of weeks where everyone's on a high, and it soon fizzles out again. Do you know what I mean?
And there is Sean's festive cheer about football. We couldn't have him on without his...
I've got something, actually, one more little comment which cheered me up about the Premier League.
Okay.
Believe it or not, because there was no early kickoff. My youngest here, we're looking for something to watch on the telly. The darts hadn't started yet. I put on a little bit of top of the table Hearts versus Rangers in the Scottish League. Oh
You're
my
moan
god!
again here. Cue another
Oh
moan.
my god! Oh my god! Like it was shocking. Like I watched the start of the United game. I think it was. They didn't score from it, but Rogers picked up the ball from a great touch, ran it forward, and put that brilliant weighted ball through. In the Rangers Hearts game, that happened a few times, and the balls were over hit. The corners were going over everyone, not even going to the goalie's hands. The first touches, they were stumbling over the ball. I know Rangers and Celtic are probably the worst this season they've been in a very long time, but I've watched quite a lot of Championship football over the years as well. This looked like League One level, and I'm not overdoing it. It looked really, really, really poor, like very poor, and it made me think, blimey, when like I said, when Rogers picked the ball up, great little turn, perfectly weighted ball into the front man. I thought maybe it's not quite so bad after all. But that was eye opening. That was really poor. And they're top of the table, Hearts and Rangers. You usually expect them to put up a bit of a show, but no, they're awful.
Who moans for the price of one with Sean this week? There we go. So he's unhappy about English football. He's unhappy about Scottish football, but at least the darts is on, is what I say. Right, I'm under the impression you've got prying eyes over you, Sean, and you're going to have to depart.
Yeah, I've got to shoot on, mate. It's just a little short one tonight, but hope you have a good Christmas, mate, and I'm sure we'll chat. Are we having a couple of weeks off, or?
We'll be a couple of weeks off. Blimey now, what do you think this is?
Well, I don't know. The teams aren't doing very well, so we skip a couple of weeks.
All right.
I reckon we can knock it on the head to the FA Cup weekend. That's the 10th of January, so we're not going to miss a lot.
Right, I'll see. I will speak to you soon, Sean. Have a good Christmas, mate.
Bye-bye.
Merry Christmas.
Mate. There we go. Very, very, very jolly. Very jolly.
Yeah.
That was Sean there. Steve, we've not really spoke about Chelsea, and I haven't spoken to you for a while, so we've got another guest waiting in the wings. We'll get him on in a second. But first of all, let's get a little insight on Chelsea. I saw a little bit of it yesterday afternoon. Another team that are sort of in a medium mix of mediocrity.
Yeah, I think you're right there. I think some of the games we've played recently have been verging on appalling. I mean, I don't remember which game it was, but I watched one game and I thought, have these guys ever played football before? Because they had not a clue. I mean, they're professional, highly paid Premier League footballers, and they couldn't trap a ball, they couldn't pass a ball, they didn't know who was in the same colour shirt. You know, that was indicative of the game. It was absolutely appalling. It was the Leeds game. That was it. Watched the league, and I thought, what is going on here? We just look like we've just come up from Division 4, let alone the Championship. It was appalling. And we're so inconsistent. It's untrue. And I know we've had a lot of injuries, and I know we've had a lot of suspensions, and that's our own bloody silly fault, to be honest with you. Some of the challenges that people have got sent off for, and some of the Caicedo got booked again the other day for dissent, and he's going to miss another game because he's hit his 5 yellow cards now. I don't know quite what's going on. I still think that Maresca's the right man, but I don't think he knows his right team yet. Because every single game, there's, I don't know, 8, 9 changes, 6 changes, 4 changes. He doesn't seem to know who's his midfield, who's his attackers, anything. We get Delap back for 3 games, and then he dislocates his shoulder or something, and he's going to be the next Danny Welbeck. You know, we're gonna have a treatment room named after him because he spends more time in there. He spends more time in there than he does on the pitch. You know, so I'm not quite sure. And there's a lot of things going on in the background as well with Maresca and trying to find a new ground, and how are we going to put a bid in for Earl's Court and all this sort of stuff, you know.
There's just a lot of joy around London at the moment, isn't there? There's a lot of joy around football in London.
I mean, if you talk to the Gunners fans, I'm sure they are joyous because you know they're top at Christmas, and when they've been top at Christmas, they've never won the league. So there's hope for us all yet, you know.
There is, there is indeed. Now, I'd like to say that I'm going to bring a little bit of optimism from football in London, but my next guest is unfortunately a West Ham fan, so we're going to have a little bit of a continuation of, we've had a Spurs fan moaning, we've had a Chelsea fan moaning, and now let's have a bit of West Ham moaning because I feel like I need to get involved in this. Graham, thank you very much indeed for joining me. How are you?
Yeah, hello, Jake. I'm very well. Well, actually, I'm just miserable. To be honest, football's
You
crap,
got
isn't it?
halfway through that. You got halfway through that, and you went in your head, actually, no, I'm not. That's not true. That's
Yeah,
fine.
there's no point lying, is there?
Yeah, I admire it. Before we go back to the moaning about football, my Christmas question this year, which has already brought a bit of controversy around, is if every single Christmas-based food got eradicated from the earth, but you could save one food that you eat at Christmas, what would you save?
Probably stuffing. Actually, I like stuffing.
Ooh,
Just a
stuffing.
tray of stuffing. I love it. I get my own tray of stuffing. I'm the only one who liked it in my house. So
Wow.
I got the same. Nobody
Yeah.
likes it either. No.
decent, isn't it? It's good stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
bit of taste, a bit of texture, and yeah, it was good.
You can just eat it as a slab as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Just having a sandwich.
yeah,
Yeah.
almost like a flapjack. Stuffing
Yeah,
flap-
exactly. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. So we've had, what have we had, Steve? We have roast potatoes, pigs in blankets, and stuffing.
Yep.
Talking of stuffing, we could probably use that word to describe West Ham's afternoon up at Manchester City yesterday. I'll be honest, I didn't watch it, and legally neither did you, Graham, I'm sure, because, you know.
Yeah, actually, I definitely didn't watch it because I was on the train to London because I was watching Madness. And to be honest, I wrote that game off as soon as the fixture list came out. To be honest, we just don't ever show up for that game, do we? You see, like teams like Burnley and I don't know, say Bournemouth or Brentford, they'll go there and they'll have a fight, won't they? They'll give it a go. We'll just roll over, don't we? We seem to do that every year. There's sort of, we've got no chance there.
No. Yeah. It's
So
a
is
sort of
the
thing
problem
where...
players or management? Is the problem
Yeah.
players or management?
I just don't know. It's like a mindset suddenly, and it isn't just. It's manager after manager that seems to go to big clubs. I mean, it was only like say 3 or 4 years ago. You could play anybody, and on your day you might get a result, but West Ham won't. They'll go to places like Liverpool, Arsenal. Well, not so much Arsenal because we have actually got some results there. But Liverpool, Man City, you ain't getting a result there. That's just we'll go there to try and get a 0-0 probably at best. It's just pretty soul destroying. Actually, it is just something you just write off at the start of the year. When we go there, you fancy your chances at home, but away from home, we just don't seem to offer anything at all. And I think I'd have taken a 3-0 yesterday beforehand. So I'm buzzing, to be honest.
We were talking before, and we said, 2-0, we would have just taken it and moved on. And it seems like we're getting that way with Liverpool as well. I mean, we've won at Liverpool once in 63 years or something ridiculous like that. So Anfield is pretty similar in its negativity for West Ham, but yeah, it's pretty dire. Steve, just coming back to Chelsea for a minute. I mean, I look there and the table's a little bit discombobulated, and you've got Chelsea sat in 4th. But Chelsea fans not very happy, and whether they're expecting more, or it's just they're 4th because how poor the Premier League has been this season. I'm not sure, but there's a big gap to Villa now, who've just beaten Man United. It's like a 7-point gap to 3rd. So
I think I think you're right that it's all over the place and there's no consistency apart from the Arsenal and Man City really, because Aston Villa, okay, they've won 6 on the trot, I think it is now, but Aston Villa are the surprise package, I think, in a way, because they are doing better than they. I know they were on the cusp of European football last year, but to win 6 on the trot at this time of year, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not sure that there's a lot of teams in the league now that you could justifiably go to William Hill and put a bet on, because you could equally put a bet on somebody to lose and they're likely to win. And they're going to win. No, they're going to lose, or they're going to draw. And we should have beaten Newcastle yesterday. The table says we should, and we didn't turn up until half time. What's going on? And it happens in so many games. You see it, and it's not just Chelsea, and But I mean, I watched the highlights of the West Ham game yesterday, and I thought, it's like you say, it's almost as though the players went, "Oh, we're at Man City, so we're going to lose, so we don't have to try too hard." Yeah, and I think that's a real shame, because I think you've potentially got a manager who could do the job. But what's going to happen is, of course, the fans are going to lose faith with the manager. And at the end of the day, it's the players that aren't doing their job.
Yeah, oh, yeah, absolutely, and and it was not a surprise at all. I mean, we always go up to Man City and lose, but it was never even considered by West Ham fans. We go up there and get something. I mean, this is comment of the night so far. Michael, Wolves must be the most consistent team in the league, and currently they are. They have been consistently worse than everybody else, and that's pretty impressive. After the vast majority of us have watched West Ham week in, week out for the last 3 months, and then somehow a side that are it's two sides currently that are worse than us, and that is pretty damning. But yeah, I mean, Graham, look, we've got some big games coming up. I've just realised that my fixture list that I have is at uni, and it's not here, so I can't refer to my fixture list that I have on my wall. But I know we have Wolves, Forest, and
Fulham and Brighton, isn't it?
Fulham and Brighton. There's some big old games coming up, isn't there?
Jake,
I mean, I think. Sorry,
Jake, you know you can actually print two lists, don't you, and leave one at home. You know that, don't you? Have you worked out technology yet or not? Because you can do the print button twice.
But there's these things called newspapers, and my granddad gets one. I don't really know what a newspaper is, but he gives it to me at the start of every season. So I've just got one, and I should have brought it back with me, but now I feel vacant. With literally, there's a gap in my wall here, and this is where it goes, but it's not here. So.
Well, perhaps you have to buy your own newspaper and get your granddad to give you one as well, and then you'll have two.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. But then that means I've got to spend money, and I don't like doing that.
No, that's not going to happen, is it? No, we know that. Your dad told me.
Yeah, the fixture lists aren't really worth the paper they're printed anyway, are they? Because I just sort of treat it with a pinch of salt. Can't plan anything. I completely forgot about the Forest at home game. So a Forest fan asked me if I was going. I was like, yeah, definitely going. He says it's on a Tuesday night, and I just thought I didn't even book that day off. But I have now. But yeah, so I just can't keep track of it. I don't write anything in the diary because it just changes, doesn't it? It's really difficult to. But yeah, as you were saying, I just think we're just playing catch up a bit now, aren't we? We're such a bad start to the season. I don't think our form is wretched. I mean, you just look at even teams like Tottenham and even Bournemouth. They've got in pretty bad form at the moment, and they're not winning games. And I think we've picked up points. If we had started, I must admit, I feel like this every start of the season. I worry where we're going to get the points from, and we do normally pick up points early on, but this year we haven't, and we've left with just too many poor performances early on, and the two games that Nuno wasted, like Brentford and Leeds. I think they could haunt us if we go down, because that they would. You don't experiment in games like that, do you? That was complete madness. And those games aside, I think we haven't done too bad. I think Liverpool at home, poor performance. I didn't see yesterday, but I wrote it off. The other games since the Leeds game have been pretty good. I think pretty good performances. We've let position points slip, haven't we? But yeah, I think it's much improved, to be honest. And I think if we can keep improving, we've just got to get the points. Not care about Leeds or whatever they do. We just need to get 38, 40 points, don't we? That's just got to do our own thing,
Absolutely, and it's been presented as Leeds are the team that we've got to try and catch, and now Forest are actually below Leeds now in the league. And I mean, Leeds went up to. I mean, cheers, Steve. You had one job, beat Leeds away, and you balls that up for us. So thank you very much for that. But we've spoken before in a sense of Leeds, Ellen Road. That was a Wednesday night, wasn't it? They got behind them, and Chelsea didn't quite know what to do, and that's just it, a fortress of a home ground, and you get what I'm getting at. But it's gonna come down to something like that, and teams are going up there in the space of a week. Liverpool dropped points and Chelsea lost at Ellen Road.
Yeah, and I think you've got the disadvantage at home, of course, is you can't generate quite the same atmosphere because of the distance you are from the pitch. Leeds
can't generate any atmosphere, not some atmosphere. Can't generate any atmosphere.
I was trying to be generous and kind because it's Christmas, but you're so far from the pitch. Whereas Leeds, they're on top of it, aren't they? And the guy takes a throw in and he's got 3,000 people behind him telling him what a poor performer he is. I was going to use something else then, but and that's the difference. It really does. I mean, it's got to get to players. I mean, when I was my refereeing career, I was doing games where there were 7,000-8,000 people, whereas normally it's one man and his dog. And I can assure you, it makes that volume of noise makes a difference.
I mean, they're keen as well, aren't they? Leeds, Forest, please, like
Yeah.
Leeds. We're just apathetical, aren't we? We've had some good times there at this stadium, and we have had some good atmospheres. But we know that we should be doing a lot better than we are now, and it's just not exciting, is it? You don't turn up to West Ham excited, and I think that's the issue. I think you can generate some sort of atmosphere, but yeah, people just can't be asked. I think, what was it, the game we played? The two wins weren't too bad. People got behind the team.
Yeah.
I think they sort of tried to against Villa, but yeah, it's just we just don't have that. What's it called? Intensity, do they? That those newly promoted teams do have with their crowd. Like Sunderland as well, isn't it? They're right on the pitch, aren't they?
I mean, it's almost feral in a way, isn't it? The way,
yeah, that's it, feral. Yeah,
it's that pack instinct that
yeah.
they're part of our pack, and we're gonna go with them. Whereas it's very difficult to get that, and it's interesting because that Leeds and Sunderland, they've been out of the Premier League for a little while, and they're enjoying being back.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and it's exciting. Every moment's exciting, isn't it? Well, we're just having a crap season, and there's nothing. It's hard to get excited about anything, really. You try, but you can't sustain any excitement because it's just such a poor season. With 2 games we've won at home since February, that's quite hard to get yourself excited about, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, these other teams have got intensity, which is stale, to be honest. And there's no other way of putting it forward. I mean, I've been unfairly targeted in the chat again. I just thought I'd scroll up and see what people are saying. People are beginning to talk about January signings coming in, and this comes up. Doubt it. West Ham's board search for yellow stickers targets like Jake. There is nothing wrong with yellow stickers in supermarkets. Let's just put that out there. They are a very valuable asset, and it is what I do search for when I go. I mean, is it bad that
it's in the student manual? Come on, let's be fair.
Well, exactly. There are 3 or 4 shops.
Yeah, 7:30.
Exactly. I've got 3 or 4 shops in the vicinity, and I do know where the yellow sticker section is in each one of those shops, and that may or may not be where I go straight away when I walk in there. But there's no need for the unfair targeting, honestly. How's Jake's Christmas shopping? Jake's Christmas shopping is done, I think. I think I've completed it. Graham, have you got any last minute shopping trips you've got to do, or is it all done in your house?
Yeah, I think it's all done. Yeah, thank God for that. Yeah, I got some West Ham tap for a few people. Not it'll be appreciated, will it?
West Ham tap.
Yeah.
Love it. Absolutely.
We love it. Absolutely. As everybody in the chat will go through comment. Oh my lord, look at this. Yellow stickers. What, like Kilman, Juve, Magassa, Fernandez? Oh wait, no, we spend big but spend badly. That's the scouting network. Spend big, spend badly. I reckon that's what they've got up in the wall at Rush Green or in the training grounds. Spend big, spend badly. That's a really good catchphrase of how we conduct our recruitment.
We people also talk about January, don't they? But we know it'll be pretty much February before we get anybody in, won't we? It'll be done on the last day, won't it? We'll struggle through January with 1 striker, and then like on the last day, we might get Adebayor.
We'll get somebody that nobody else wants, right? My final Christmas question. So, Steve, I mean, you could take this in various ways. You could be realistic or you could be aspirational. If there's one present, let's make it practical. If there's one practical present that you'd like to receive in 4 days' time, what would it be? If you were opening it, what would you be really happy with?
Oh, God, I don't know.
You don't know?
No. What would I really be happy with? I'd like a mechanic for Christmas.
You'd like a mechanic?
Yeah, a proper restoration mechanic.
Okay, that's not quite what I expected you to say, but
because I've got a 1971 Austin Healey Sprite in the garage, which is becoming a bit of a nightmare to put on the road. So if I could have a mechanic for Christmas, I could get my car on the road. Simple.
Well, I suppose that's practical. Practical.
You said practical. Yeah.
Graham, if we can avoid a whole person for Christmas, so let's not go down a mechanic route. A practical Christmas present where you can open it and it's not a human being. What would you like in 4 days' time?
Yeah, I've had time to think there, but that's a difficult question, isn't it? I wouldn't mind a new car. I mean, I've had my £600 car for like about 8 years now. You know, it doesn't owe me any favors, you know, so maybe an upgrade, maybe like it's only 26 years old, my car, so maybe a 20-year-old car. That'd be nice.
£700 car rather than a £600.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, nice. £700, yeah.
So your car's 26 years old and I'm 18 years old. That makes me feel
Yeah.
really young. I quite like
Yeah,
that.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not on the scrap heap
And-
yet, Jake. That's a good thing.
Well,
You know,
exactly. I'm just
you've
thinking
got 8
I
years.
still work and so does the car, sort of in both ways. We both still work, the car and me.
Yeah.
And I mean, the car.
I'm not
is
sure
older,
what you
so-
do is work, but I'll go with you.
Yeah, well, a university work, you can sort of loosely put it into the same sentence, can't you?
Is it? Mm.
In sort of contrasting ways, really.
Yes.
But you know,
Yes.
very good. Well, Graham and Steve, thank you very much indeed for joining me. Any parting thoughts, opinions, Christmas jokes that you wanna sort of present to us? Anything at all?
Don't do jokes, but what I would like to say is I wish everybody a very Merry Christmas. And we're departing the country shortly after Christmas until mid-February. So, yeah.
All right, there's some in it.
Well, yeah, have a nice holiday, you know.
Yeah, we're going to sunnier climes, shall we say?
Yeah,
Enjoy
nice.
the cold weather.
Lovely,
So when you come back, West Ham will be mid-table.
Okay, I'll check in with you.
Yeah. Yeah, I've
Mid-table
got
in the
nothing to say really, but
Championship.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm trying to keep the faith of West Ham, and it's an important Christmas, isn't it? You know, but plenty of games left. We keep the form up that we've. I think if we play against some of these lesser teams that we've been playing against recently, then we should pick up some results. I think, you know, and then sort of go into March, April with it all to play for. I think that's the best we can hope for, isn't it?
Yeah,
absolutely. And Leeds at home on the final day. Let's hope there's no nails to be bitten.
Yeah.
No, but
I'd certainly rather be playing. That's not a bad game, is it? To be playing it. I mean, you take that on it, you know, if you're offered it, I suppose.
absolutely.
Like Man City away or something.
City away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Absolutely. Steve, Graham, thank you very much indeed. Have a very Merry Christmas to both of you, and thanks for
Yeah,
joining
and
me.
you too, Jake.
yeah.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you very much. Good to speak to you both. That is very zoomed in. We don't want that. Right, I've got a couple, before we get my next guest on, we've got a couple of people saying that the border looks a little bit like Halloween. Now, I'm not going to dispute that, but that is what has been offered to me by lovely StreamYard. It says it's festive. So when I clicked on it, I didn't actually see the pumpkins. I saw the cake and the like mistletoe bits up there. So we'll just stick with it. I mean, I'll get my next guest's thoughts on this. John, how are you? First of all, thanks for joining me.
Hello. Yeah, thanks for the invitation. Good to see you.
No, good to see you. Do you think I can get away with this border as festive,
No,
or is it a bit?
okay. That's okay. That's all right. The cake is just right.
Yeah, there's cake. I mean, we could just ignore the like pumpkins and the like autumnal bits, like, you know. But
Yeah.
it took me 5 seconds to click on that because it was already made for me.
And there's
took me
no
a while
snow.
to make
There's
one.
not going to be any snow anyway, so you know why bother put fake snow on there.
Yeah, exactly. John, thank you very much indeed for joining me. Is that a festive Christmas jumper on there? I'm
It's
quite
the
liking that.
Hammers. Yeah, Hammers festive.
West Ham one, very good. Very good. So let's start Christmassy, because I've just spoke about West Ham for too long and it's put me in a bad mood. We need to be a little bit more festive, I think. And the Christmas question, now not one person has said the same thing so far. So 3 people have said different things. So let's try and keep it that way. So all of the Christmas food in the world is eradicated bar one item. So think of what you eat at Christmas and things that you only eat at Christmas. Everything's gone, but you can save one Christmas food item. What would it be?
Save it for how long?
Sorry?
Save it for how long? Because it wouldn't be saved for long if it was my favourite.
Oh, so okay. So it can like remain in the supermarket. You can keep on buying it. It sort of survives, but everything else just disappears.
No, I mean my favourite's Christmas log. So, you know, whichever way you want to build around that, that's not going to survive in the house for long. They
Christmas
might be on
log.
the shelves again by next August.
Christmas log. What's like a Yule log? Like one of the long.
You log. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's always been a
interesting.
favourite for a long time.
So you've gone sweet, and we've had a lot of savoury. We've had like pigs in blankets and sprouts and roast potatoes, although they're all year round. But so you've gone to the sweet side of it. Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, the rest for me goes without saying. Yeah, pigs and blankets, a great treat, and always with the cranberry sauce. That's a given for me on the Christmas Day plate.
Yeah, very good, very good. Well, West Ham have been a little bit testing. I mean, someone did say stuffing, and then that made me earlier segue perfectly into the stuffing yesterday afternoon at the
Yeah.
Etihad. Were you there yesterday or
I
not?
didn't go. No, I thought Saturday before. It's a long trek from Essex now. If I was going, it'd be on the supporters bus, and it'd be a 12, 15-hour round trip. For some reason, the supporters coaches seem to like to arrive about 3 hours before kickoff. So, getting to Manchester at 12, I don't know what time they left Rush Green. It might have been 7 or something like that. And it makes it a long, long day. No.
Yeah.
Last Saturday before Christmas, I'll give it a swerve and listen to a radio commentary. And 3-0, we got away with it. And obviously, you've discussed it already. And let's wipe that one off and move on. And I'm very, very positive about the next 4 games. And I can really see 12 points. We've got to win the next 2 home games. We've got to get someone at Wolves. And so that's my expectation, with new signings, of course, a centre forward. I don't know who I'd like to see, but they've got to realise that, looking around the other teams yesterday, Leeds did so well, because they had forwards and multiple forwards who all had a chance of scoring. We've got Bowen, full stop, and Somerville doing the stuff down the wings, but there's really nobody else. There's no target man, and we're sadly lacking that. And, we've got a history of signing top strikers, European ones, and they just haven't settled for a number of reasons. So, you can debate the board's history in signing strikers and failed strikers over the years, but they've got to realise they need somebody now, and they've got to pay the money for it.
Absolutely, and they've got to spend it wisely for sure. Now, my first point was interesting. You said we lost 3-0. Yeah, we got away with it. It could have been even worse, and we know
It could have been worse, yeah. And then we, looking at the highlights, we could have scored, 1 or 2. And when you're playing against a 6'6", the best goalkeeper in the world, that's not a good start.
It's not. A couple of Christmas questions in the chat. Now, I feel very strongly about it. Does anyone like parsnips? I love a parsnip.
Glazed
absolutely.
parsnips.
Top notch. So, if I wasn't to save pigs in blankets, I'd say parsnips. But then, parsnips are parsnips a whole year round thing, or is that more just a sort of like Christmassy based thing? Would you have parsnips all year round?
I would have them as a treat. Yeah, we have glazed. I'm pretty sure you can get frozen ones all year round.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I did like a walk around a supermarket this week, and they had them all there for 5p, and I'm like, 5p. I mean,
Is that rare for you?
I love a bargain.
Is that rare for you to do that on your own now?
Yeah. Honestly, like the yellow sticker section in every shop. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. I found some brilliant deals, and there's 4 shops around my uni, and like that sort of yellow sticker section, it sees me coming in all them shops. As soon as they walk in, they go, "There's Jake. He's coming to find the bargains," because why not?
Exactly. You've got to go.
It is, but parsnips, absolutely, definitely, 100%. They belong on a roast turkey dinner, and cauliflower cheese as well. I gotta have cauliflower cheese. Are you a fan of cauliflower cheese, John?
I'll give that a miss, I'm afraid.
Really?
Really?
Right. And I've got somebody violently shaking their head at the thought of cauliflower cheese coming on as well. A little bit of
seasoning on my cauliflower, full stop. I don't want anybody faffing around with cheese on mine. I'm sorry, I couldn't eat it.
This is just maybe it's a southern thing. Maybe we only have it down here. Nick,
well,
you are shaking your head a lot.
Hello, John.
Nick, how are you, mate? Good to see you.
Hello,
so long.
Yeah, it's been a while. I'm surprised your dad's got me on this early. You know, I've got a terrible mouth on me, and you've started me off straight away. Cauliflower. Cauliflower does not belong nowhere near a Christmas dinner. It doesn't
Yeah, it
belong
does.
on a Sunday dinner. You shouldn't be having cauliflower near you. What's wrong? And you said mac and cheese, Jack. Jake, I'll be listening. Mac and cheese? Are you right in the head? What are you, a bloody American? I tell you, mate, that is just shocking. That is shocking behaviour. Although my missus will tell you, I have mashed potato on my Christmas dinner. And she says that's
no, that does not.
yeah,
belong
well,
there.
you've got to have all the potatoes. You've got to have the mash. You've got to have the roaster. You've got to have the boiled. You've got to go for the full lot. But mac and cheese, come on. I weren't going to come on, Jake, to be honest. I was like, I ain't coming on here. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Mac and cheese. Have you heard, John? Mac and cheese. What's he on? You know what I mean?
But then again, you're a northerner now, then, Nick, aren't you?
A northerner?
Yeah.
I've never been a north. I've lived up north, but
Yeah, well,
no.
Right. Oh, I thought you've moved back south then, have you?
I have. I am now south of the river.
All right. Okay.
I'm in the garden. I'm in the garden state of Kent.
All right. Okay.
So just outside Rochester. So it's very nice, to be honest. But yeah, no. Originally, I'm a Reading. I was born in Reading. But lived like you lot know. I lived up north Burnley for bloody 30 years. You know. But yeah. So no, officially back down south, back where I belong, and you know. And now I've come on to this, and he's talking about cauliflower. I just don't know.
Right.
And parsnips.
So let me just.
What boy your age eats parsnips? Come on. Oh.
Let me just clarify my opinion. So I do not have mac and cheese on a roast dinner. I don't think it belongs anywhere near a roast dinner. I've seen, and then I was told it's very much a TikTok thing where people put pigs in blankets on top of mac and cheese as like a tray bake thing. I've never had it. I don't think not right. It's not right. Right.
No.
But cauliflower cheese is excellent, right? You want a nice crispy, and it's crispy on the top, and the cheese oozes out of it. It sits perfectly on a roast dinner. Boiled potatoes and mashed potato on a roast dinner.
Oh, and roast potato. You've got to have them all, mate.
Yeah, of course. Roast potatoes, but boiled potatoes on a roast dinner?
Well, we probably won't have that. But the mother-in-law's making my Christmas dinner, and she never used to put mashed potato on, but she's doing it this year again, like she did last year. She weren't happy, but I have mashed potato any time I can, to be honest with you. If it was up to me, I'd pie, mash, and liquor every bloody Christmas.
Well, I was just thinking I'd have liquor on it for the gravy then.
Oh yeah, I've just got a load delivered. I don't any of you, I don't know, but I've had Manzies delivered. They were okay, but I get mine Leytonstone, noted Pioneer, and they deliver. They send it in a freezer box, and I got it just I think about 2 weeks ago. I love pies and liquor. I don't get the mash. There's no point. And I make my own chili vinegar. But that's my guilty pleasure.
Wow. We are in agreement there for the first time in the first 5 minutes. There we go. We have found a point of agreement. Not with the roast. We've swerved the roast, but we can have pie mash. Right. And hang on. So we're talking about potatoes. Somebody said hash brown. Surely not. Surely not.
No. That's breakfast. That's breakfast.
But then again, some people don't think it belongs on a breakfast.
Yeah. Although on Christmas Day, my breakfast is in the Plough at Wilmington. I'll have a couple of pints of Guinness or 3 or 4. That'll be my breakfast. And then in the mother-in-law's. But yeah, no, hash browns, no. Come on.
Hash browns, John, definitely on a breakfast, but not on a roast dinner.
Yeah, under protest or breakfast anytime, but definitely not for dinner. No.
Yeah.
That's another hash browns, aren't they? They're another Americanized thing, aren't they?
Yeah.
They weren't something we had years ago, were they? Hash browns. John, you don't remember them, do you? Back in the day?
Back in the day, no. They've come from the States. But a little bit like grits as well. I don't think we've seen those over here yet, but that's
no.
You've probably come across those on your cruises, Jake.
What? Sorry,
grits.
No.
Okay.
What's that?
All right. Well, you might be studying that one, and in January.
Okay. Right. Interesting. Right. West Ham. Actually, no, not yet. We don't need to go there yet.
No, why spoil the mood?
Yeah, I know.
Jake,
I know.
You know what I mean? Why spoil the mood?
As soon as I said it, I thought I just had silence, and I was like, right, okay, we'll leave that. So, well, I mean, we've established that the answer to my Christmas question from Nick isn't going to be cauliflower cheese, but if everything was to go, all the Christmas food, Nick, if you could just have one thing to save from Christmas time, what would it be?
Oh, it's got to be the roast potato, innit? You know what I mean? A good roast potato with the old goose fat all over, whatever, you know. Yeah, it's got to be the roast potato. You've got to save the roast potato, haven't you? You know, turkey you can replace with anything. Gravy's gravy, you can change that with anything. Veg is veg, you know, green veg that is. And no one eats parsnips or swede. I don't know what's up with you.
Swede as
But
well. That's lovely. Swede is brilliant.
you've got a very funny taste, young Jake. I tell you, Sweden. I didn't actually be telling you like Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, lovely. Love a Brussels sprout. Yeah.
They are bloody hell. No, not for me. That's you know, no. But I couldn't do without me roast potato. I like me potatoes. You know what I mean. So you don't get this big from not eating potatoes. You know.
Yeah. If you think of an ideal roast dinner and you think of the veg, you'd have roasted carrots, roasted parsnips, swede, cauliflower cheese. You got potatoes. That's not really veg, is it? What else? Bit of broccoli, maybe. I do like a bit of broccoli.
Yeah, a bit of broccoli's okay, isn't it? Although some people
Yeah.
won't have that on a Christmas dinner. You know, that wasn't on a Christmas dinner when I was a boy. You know, nor was mashed potato though. To be honest, my mum would kill me. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, it's changed. Things have changed. People have changed. My youngest son, with his mum, for years and years, they have curry. They've had curry for years and years. They'll have it curry this year as well. Yeah, they don't. His mum's a veg, and he doesn't eat a lot of that sort of Sunday dinner food. So since they were kids, they've always had curry. You know, which I know that's traditional for them, isn't it? You know what I mean?
I think it might be becoming more popular, didn't it? Our Indian restaurant on the high street are open on Christmas Day.
Yeah, I imagine they'll be busy. You know, some people don't like it. You know, I like my Sunday dinner. So, but each to their own. For me, each to their own. I'm not. I know. Believe it or not, I'm a bit of a Grinch. My wife will be laughing now, Shah. You know, I don't like Christmas. I've never really liked Christmas, to be fair. And I just think you do what you want to do. Do you know what I mean? You know, it's tradition. You make your own traditions, don't you? You know, then you do what you want to do, and that's it. So, but yeah, but except have cauliflower cheese because that's just stupid.
I mean, it's unbelievable. It's lovely when it gets nice and crispy.
Just listen, cheese on a Christmas dinner. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It adds a bit of variety, right? It adds a bit of variety. I'm even going to get a picture of some cauliflower cheese just so I can picture it and how perfect it is as well. That's what's coming next. I mean, it's sold in like the Christmas section. Like cauliflower cheese, you can get it like in a Christmassy pack. Like it's a Christmas item. John, you're shaking your head as well.
I know, and I'm just thinking, and I'm sure your mum's a good cook, but where she's got the idea from with cauliflower cheese.
She doesn't do cauliflower cheese. We had a roast today, and I said, "Mum, please, can you do cauliflower cheese?" I was very polite, and she said, "No, I'm not doing that."
Are you back home, Jake, for uni?
I am. Thankfully, yeah. So, I mean, to be fair, so Sam's commented here. We went to an all-you-can-eat buffet. Considering I was up and probably not eating as much veg as I probably should have done. We went to an all-you-can-eat buffet, and I found the broccoli first. So I had broccoli, and I think I had some gravy on there as my starter.
No. Go to your meats first. You go to your meats. You line your plate with your meats. You know what I mean? Then you think about a bit of stodge. You put a bit of potato on, but not too much, because if it's all you can eat, you got to pace yourself. Do you know what I mean? You don't waste time with vegetables in all you can eat, bar the potato, obviously. But you know that's a schoolboy error, mate. Come on. Yeah, I thought you're a student. What's up with you?
I am, but I like
you're
to
get value
cleanse
for your
the
money. You're
palate.
going to fill everything up. Fill it up. Meat.
Or alternatively, I mean, they didn't have it there. I mean, there was a roast dinner in this buffet, but I didn't quite see this gorgeous spectacle. I mean, wouldn't you just love that on your roast? Just look at that, nice crispy on the top, bit of like liquid consistency and cauliflower and the cheese and
No, that's not right, mate. You know, this is offensive to me. I'll be honest. You're offending me here, Jake. You know what I mean? This is not good.
I'm sorry. I'm deeply sorry. Right, let's get somebody else's opinion on this. We've got another West Ham fan. I'm hoping that somebody's going to stand with me here now. Budgie, are you going to stand with me or not? You're not, are you? No, you're not. Bloody hell. Right, so Budgie, you're telling me you don't like cauliflower cheese either?
I love it.
You love it?
Love it. And I also like broccoli and cheese sauce as well.
I've never had that. Broccoli and cheese. I've never had that.
It's really good. Really good. Yeah.
Nah,
There we go. So we've got a bit of sense on this side with some cauliflower cheese, and then we've got deniers.
I'm with
over
John.
there.
John, I've always thought John was a sensible bloke. You know what I mean? I've
Good
sat
evening,
with him
by the way.
at West Ham
Yeah,
many a
money or
year,
something.
and yeah, he's a sensible bloke. I've always thought that. You know, I thought you were a sensible bloke, Jake, but that maybe it's just your dad, eh? What's your dad say about cauliflower and cheese? I'd like to know.
I don't know, Dad. I don't actually know, Dad. See, now you said that, I'm pretty sure he likes it. But now you said that, he'll go with all you, and he'll go, oh no, it shouldn't belong on it, right?
Not
So
on his
I'm pretty
Christmas
sure
dinner.
Dad. I'm pretty sure Dad likes cauliflower cheese. So let's see what. Definitely yes. Oh, he stuck with his guns. See, sensible. No. Well done, Dad. Sensible.
No,
That's good.
I could say something rude. You know what I'm like. Dick by name, Dick by nature.
It's
Sorry,
gorgeous.
Richard. You know what I'm like. You know what I mean? You should have got me on later. You know I swear. You know I'm horrible. You know, the bottom line is, you know what you're getting with me. Do you know what I mean? So you should have just put me on later. It's your own fault. You know what I mean? Bloody cauliflower on cheese. Jesus Christ.
Right, I didn't quite.
What
know
do you have for
this was-
pudding? What do you have for pudding, Jake, afterwards?
I've never actually had a Christmas pudding. Is that
No, you
going to
don't.
upset you?
I'm not keen on it, to be honest, to be fair. What about you, John? I bet you're a brandy
yeah.
butter and all that.
Yeah, no, that's it. We've got the brandy butter in the fridge already. Yeah,
Great.
yeah. I can see the Christmas pudding there.
Yeah.
Yep, that's
Will you
a
light
staple.
it when you do the old set it on fire and all that?
That's a staple. We haven't thought about that. I don't know. Don't even know if there's a coin going in it anymore.
Yeah, that's what you used to put a 5p in, didn't it?
Or a sixpence back in my day.
Oh, was it? Yeah, you're old. You're old, mate. You're old.
Thank you, mate.
Well,
I remember.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Don't you worry.
Oh, Budgie.
I said I remember the sixpences in the Christmas foods.
What's that in
Okay,
English
yeah.
money? What's that in English money? It's about 10p.
It was 2.5p.
Yeah,
Was it?
2.5p, yeah.
Bloody
Yeah.
hell.
Yeah.
You could buy an house in Burnley for that back in the day.
Like
Very
pint of me local for that. Pint of
Very
mild,
I remember the first pint of beer I ever had was 45p.
was it?
It was something Green Label, it was called, a pint of bitter. 45p, my first pint.
You're kidding. What year was that?
That was in Burnley Plum Street Miners, which is a little known fact for you here. They sell more Benedictine there than anywhere else in the world. Benedictine monks, Burnley Pals went off in First World War, and they were stationed at Benedictine with Benedictine monks, and they brought back the Benedictine drink. It's actually really good. If you're ever ill, get some of that with a bit of hot water. Sorts you right out.
And a bit of
You've got
cauliflower
cold.
cheese, and you'll be sorted.
That won't do it. And it was Plum Street Miners, which was a working men's club. It was CIU, and it was 45p. Green Label, it was called. Green Label, and that would have been 1989 or 90.
Well, to be
Yeah,
fair,
started
if it makes you
drinking
feel
then.
better, go on.
That's what, sorry?
You only started drinking then.
Yeah, I'm not as, I know I've got 6
You're not as old as
grandkids, but
me, you're going to say now then.
I'm not as old as you lot, you know what I mean? You know, I'm near Jake's age than you two, you know what I mean?
All right.
Thanks.
That's the
Well,
spirit.
all I'll say is, I when I left school, I worked in a pub, and they in the summertime they had a promotion on for cider, and a pint was 25p.
Blimey.
Yeah, I think it was.
And was
Bull.
that proper cider? Proper?
Yeah. It was
proper-
really proper. No, Strongbow. That's what it was.
Oh, was it?
1976. That hot summer.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, 25p.
Well, to be fair,
Oh.
if it makes you all feel any better, so if Nick, if your first pint was 45p, my first legal pint that I bought this year when I turned 18 was £4.50. So, and that was a cheap pint because it's quite cheap down there.
That
It's
is.
not bad.
Yeah.
Where's that? Where's that?
In a gorgeous countryside pub in Bruton, in gorgeous Somerset. Right, we're out of the way. We're not sort of constrained by £8 a pint London prices. We are maintaining less than £5 a pint, just about. It's hanging on. A pint of Thatcher's Gold, of course, cider down here, £4.50. Very nice.
Cider's my summer drink. I drink cider in the summer, Guinness in the winter.
Yeah.
And I don't mind paying money for a beer because the pub industry's on its arse. You know what I mean? You know, I don't know if you noticed, but King Eddie's has gone now in on the High Street, Stratford High Street. So that's gone.
Has it?
That was King Edward's is gone.
I was in there on the day of the Conference League parade. I went into that.
Oh, yeah, we in King Edward. Yeah, no, that's gone. I think they had problems with. I don't know the exact, but there was a bit of problems with the landlord. I was in the Cart and Horses Friday night on Stratford, the top end of Maryland, bottom end of Maryland. Sorry, and it's about Guinness Air's about. I think it's about £8. 750, might be 750, but it's a decent pint, and I don't mind paying it because, like I say, it's on its arse is the industry, and there'll be less and less pubs as we go on. You know what I mean?
A pint of Guinness in my local is £5.40.
Yeah. That's not bad, is it?
No, it's not, but it's still, when you consider that a pint of Foster's is £3.80.
Is it? Where are you?
I live in Crawley by Gatwick.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
There we go. So a bit cheaper there
So
again.
we do get some of the London pricing, but also we get a lot of the Brighton pricing because we're right in between the two.
Right,
And right next to a major international airport.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true.
But we don't actually have to suffer the full London tariff, as it were, which is good.
Honestly, Thatcher's Gold. We all know you're a Haze guy, Jay. That is just not true. Right? I cannot drink. Well, I can drink Thatcher's Haze, but Thatcher's Gold has got to bring a little bit of, consistency back to it.
Do you like the flat stuff? Do you like Hennies and all that? And
I
Westerns?
think I tried that.
Bottled cider from you get it at supermarkets, just normal bottled cider, flat cider.
I haven't tried that. No.
Oh, it's lovely. Hennies. I think that's your way. No, it's not. It's Hereford. Hennies is a Hereford cider, and then you've got Westerns, which I don't know where they're from.
That name rings a bell. It might be. Yeah.
Yeah, they're decent. I like I say, I like my cider, but only in the summer.
Fair enough. Rough cider around here is has got its proper kick to it. Not that I have at all,
It's Scrumpy Land, isn't it? Scrumpy Land.
Mate, it's not a good cider unless you have to spit out apple pips. It's gotta be, isn't it? You've got to chew on some of it and spit the pips out. I love it.
Thatcher's Gold, I think. Right, Budgie, the Christmas question. One Christmas food that you keep if everything else had to go?
It has to be the full-on sausage meat stuffing.
Another stuffing. We've had a couple. Do you know what? I'd have paid you a lot of money to say cauliflower cheese then, but that's okay.
You'd have phoned me before the show, Jake.
Budgie, hand on heart, are you going to have cauliflower cheese on Christmas Day?
Probably not. Probably not. I'm probably not even going to have a Christmas dinner on Christmas Day.
Are you not? No. What are you going to have?
No. I don't really celebrate Christmas anymore.
No.
All my kids are grown up, and it's grandchildren for me now.
Yeah, same here. I went up and saw mine last week, and cost me a fortune. But I'm not a massive Christmas fan, to be honest. But the wife loves it. She'll be watching this now, and she'll be going, "Yeah, he's not." But you do right.
My partner's not big on Christmas either. She prefer to celebrate Thanksgiving, which is why I said in the comments, by the way, Jake, this is actually a Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it is.
And said to say thank you for that.
Well, is your missus American?
Yeah, she's from Northern California.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
This, you see, I thought this was Christmas based. This thing here, because
it's Thanksgiving. You can see the pumpkin pie. You can see the the hat, the turkey with a hat on.
It's the hat on the duck or the turkey actually.
Turkey. That's terrible, Jake. You ain't done your homework, so I thought you were an intelligent boy. You know what I mean?
Well, no. Well, I mean, to be fair, John said it was fine, right? The thing is that that border comes free with the StreamYard thing, and I didn't have time to make one. So it's just what was there, and I thought, I was scrolling through them because they've got a turkey here as well, which will go in the corner.
Oh yeah, no, that's Thanksgiving as well. Look at the back of it; he's got a pumpkin. Yeah. You think they'd be up to date with it, wouldn't you?
Well,
it's a decent surround, mate. Don't worry about that. Oh look, we've got a little turkey down in the corner there.
Thanksgiving, I'm drinking Samuel Adams beer, Boston Lager. Those who don't know, Samuel Adams was a president of the United States of America.
Right. Okay.
See, always
Yeah.
educational. This is always. Yeah,
Mate,
always
I'm not
educational.
as green as I'm cabbage looking, mate. I'm quite clever. I might not have gone to
There
no
you go.
fancy
Yeah,
university, Jake.
celebratory from Kimmy as well. She said they are delicious.
What's that? The
Samuel, whatever it was.
Oh, the Samuel Adams, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. Samuel Adams. Yeah.
Yeah, I get
She
that.
said
I
they're
get that.
delicious.
I get them via Amazon.
That were released in the States. I don't know.
There we go.
But
Okay.
they're probably really good.
We'll have to keep an eye out for them. A load of new flavours been released in the States, apparently.
Yeah, I've got a blueberry lager downstairs. I've got the summer lager downstairs, and I've got the light downstairs.
I got to try the pumpkin spice when it came out, but I never tried the
Pumpkin spice.
Oh, now that doesn't sound good, does
Pumpkin
it?
spice.
That doesn't sound good.
But it
Anyway, right. Hang on.
Yeah.
Right. So one thing that people have said is that nobody yet has said that they'd keep turkey. Right. So my question next is: do we think that turkey can be easily replaced with chicken, beef, pork, lamb, whatever, whatever you like? I mean,
Listen,
I don't know, John. How important is turkey to you? Does it matter? Or
I'll eat turkey all year round, but something else that's coming up at Christmas time is duck.
yeah.
Yeah,
And goose as well, obviously. Goose is actually the most traditional bird to eat at Christmas.
Really?
Well,
Well,
back in the
goose.
day, before they ate
Yeah.
goose, they
Yeah.
ate swan.
Yeah, that's true. Well, the royal families always did. And then because the commoners started eating them, that's why they became the royal bird. And they said, no, you're not
You
allowed to
can't
kill
have
them. You know, you do that, that's treason. Still today, it's treason to kill a swan,
Yeah.
knowing willingly. But yeah, so goose was. I mean, you read the original Christmas Tale. I think it's called Christmas Tale, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
And Scrooge actually sends the boy to get him a goose, not
Goose.
a turkey.
I've never had goose. What's it taste like?
Beautiful. If it's cooked properly, and by properly, I mean you have to keep the breast and the meat moist and basted. You know?
Is it like turkey, or is it more chickeny? Or
It's more gamey than chicken.
Oh, is it?
or turkey. Yeah, slightly more gamey, but the flavour is. Have you ever had venison?
Yeah.
And you would compare that to a gamey beef, yeah?
Yeah.
That's what goose is like compared to turkey. Slightly gamey.
I had
Really
pigeon
nice.
once, wood pigeon, and that was quite a gamey bird. You know what I mean?
Mm.
That was quite nice.
Who knew that there were so many? I thought you just eat turkey and that's it. And all of a sudden, there's about 15 different.
Well, I saw somewhere they do this bird in a bird in a bird.
Yeah, it's a 3-bird roast.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I don't know what was it. Duck.
Partridge inside a chicken inside a turkey.
I don't know what it is. Cool, blimey.
This is bad. Wow, there we go.
There you go.
So you could have goose, you could have
in
pigeon.
America, it's a chicken inside a duck inside the turkey.
Yeah.
3-bird roast.
That's a lot of bloody. That's a lot of birds, isn't it? I don't have that many birds at Christmas since I was about 18 years old.
Just knew that was coming. Just knew that was coming. Right. On that note, John, Budgie, Nick, thank you very much indeed. Always a pleasure. I mean, it's been fantastic to establish our collective love for cauliflower cheese. We will return to this probably next Christmas. Maybe, Nick, if I speak to you in 12 months' time, then you'll be a little bit more sort of open to the idea. Maybe give it a go.
Do you want me to tell you what my Christmas wish would be?
What's that?
12 points between now and the end of January.
We could do with that, couldn't we? We could do.
Make it happen.
Join you with that.
No. But to be fair, Nick, what I'll do is maybe Wolves away or Chelsea away, whatever. I'm going to bring a big tray of cauliflower cheese. I'm going to find you somewhere, and I'm gonna...
Yeah, I won't eat it, mate.
But I'll be there, but don't come near me with it.
Boys, thank you very much. Indeed, informative as ever. I've learned a multitude of different things there. But thank you very much. Have a very Merry Christmas.
You too.
And to you.
Thank you,
guys.
Thank you very
And
much
give my
for
regards to the
joining.
family.
Thank you very much indeed to you. Wow, that was informative. Who knew there were so many different things you could eat at Christmas? But there we are. Right. Anyway, let's move on. Next up, let's go to lovely Tracy from DT. So, Tracy, how are you?
Hi guys.
How are you, Tracy? You okay?
How are you? Good.
Yeah, yeah, all good. Well,
I can't hear you.
my
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you not hear me? No? Right, okay. I don't know what's happened there. Right, hang on. Right. John, can you hear me?
I can hear you both. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So it's Tracy's end. We'll try and get Tracy back. My apologies, John. I just had to make sure that I have not completely lost the audio sounds. Let's try again. Tracy, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yes, thank you. There we
There we
go.
go.
How
There we
are you?
go.
Hi, John. Merry
Hi,
Christmas to you
Tracy.
both.
Good to see you.
You too. You
Merry-
too.
Merry Christmas. Right, I mean, first of all, coming off the back of that, Tracy, I've got to ask you, would you eat cauliflower cheese on a Christmas dinner?
Yes, I eat anything that anyone else cooks for me.
That is fair enough. Do you know what? I echo that sentiment, really. I'm exactly the
Yeah.
same. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really, the kitchen's not my area of expertise, so I'm very grateful for anybody that wants to put a meal on, on my plate. So, yeah, I think it comes from, I suppose, being in the industry I was before the charity, and where you have your meals, lunch, dinner, all made for you. So I was always very grateful that I never had to do it myself. Yeah, so cauliflower cheese, I'm in.
There we go. There we go. Finally, a bit of sense brought to this with cauliflower cheese. John, you look rather glum at that response, really. You're
Well,
a
yeah, I'm getting
cauliflower cheese
outnumbered
hater.
here. But yeah, I was got no, Tracy. What about Australian Christmases? What's different there to what we used to over here?
I suppose weather's being hot over there, most people would have their Christmases down on the beach or around a pool. For me, I'm one of four girls. So between the four of us, my mother, we would always have it at somebody else's house. And what we used to do was just, right, whoever's house it was, we gave them $25. And so they had $100 to put food on, right? So that the theme was all the same. And we did that every year, and we just moved around. But then you'd go down the beach, and you'd probably take a lot of your presents you got, whether because they would probably be sports related or something like that. There'd always be a ball. But yeah, you'd spend the afternoon either by the pool, someone's pool, or down by the beach. So it's very much an outdoor summer vibe. Yeah.
Sure. And
Well,
food
that
wise,
sounds awfully terrible, that does, doesn't it? Christmas by the beach or
Yeah.
Christmas by a pool.
No, I suppose food wise, there is a very big English influence out there, as you can imagine. So apart from the mornings tend to be more like a champagne and croissant breakfast sort of brunch. But your afternoons and then your evenings, they're all still your roast dinners. Or you might have a barbie, and no, we don't put shrimps on the barbie. That is the most overrated ad I have ever witnessed. We do not. So yeah, the barbecue and salads and stuff like that. So yeah.
Wow, well, there we are. So hang on. So shrimps on a Barbie. That just doesn't happen.
We might cook the odd, but it's not our staple. It's not our go-to. We'll cook steaks, we'll cook chickens, we'll cook sausages. But yeah, shrimps are way down the list, way down the list of things that we would barbecue for sure. I'm
Wow,
not
who
saying
knew?
that they don't do it. It's just there's so many more things that Australians do more prominently on the barbecue. Yeah, and shrimps, especially when you think of shrimps. Shrimps are the real little tiny things, aren't they? Um, no, they'd stick to the plate more than anything, and you'd be turning over half a shrimp. It's just not something that as an Aussie, when that ad come out, we went, no, we don't. We don't do that. But it's not to say you don't have prawns. It's just it's not high on the list of things that you cook on a barbie.
Honestly, the amount of stuff that I've learnt tonight is brilliant. It's just been so informative. Right, let's go. Do you know what? I was hoping our next guest was going to turn up as Santa because that's what seems seemingly all he's done for the last 2 weeks. So Sam, so you've dressed up as Santa all around the villages, but then he's got a night off tonight, has he?
I'm happy to put the outfit on. I'll be honest, I was in two minds. Do I turn up as Santa or do I not? And then I was like, it might be a bit weird if I do. So I put on a hat. And I thought that will do. That'll do nice.
You haven't fully committed. Okay,
No.
that's fine. That's fine. We can, we can deal with it. I know Santa is real, so I know he's coming. A couple of nights' time, he'll be gracing Bruton with his glorious presence. And
Only if you've been good, Jake. Only if you've been
well,
good.
have I been good? What do we think? Maybe that should be our next conversation. What is the parameters for that?
I don't know. I don't know. But I saw some pictures of you yesterday and you didn't look good.
But in all
Santa
fairness,
says-
Jake, I think the cutoff is on the 1st of December, so you've been good up
Is
until
it?
the 1st of December. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. See,
Yeah.
thanks for
And-
saving me there, Tracy.
Yeah, it's definitely an Australian thing. If you believe in Santa, he will come. So yes, a lot
Yeah.
of people do well into their 50s and 60s still believe in Santa.
Oh, wow, yeah, I mean, Sam, that impressively only took you about 35 seconds to mention how drunk I got yesterday, but there's a reason why I've got about 15 cans of cider down here and I'm drinking squash at the moment, to be totally honest. That's probably the biggest indication that you could ever have. You chucked me in a deep end right at the start and now I've got to address it, Sam. So thank you very much. That's your pint at Fulham gone, evaporated into midair. But yeah, I mean, there was ample cider consumed yesterday in Bath, but it was rude not to. When we went in about 15 pubs in the space of about 6 hours, then what am I supposed to do? Well, I could have drunk Coke, but what's the fun in that?
No, when in Rome.
Precisely.
And that
But,
was that after the West Ham game, Jake?
I just sacked that off completely. I knew we were going to lose in every manner. I just wrote the West Ham game off. I was like, what a perfect opportunity to not worry about West Ham. I went on my phone at 3:05, saw we were 1-0 down, and went, well, there we are. I think I made the right decision. And it went downhill from that moment on. But in terms of Tracy, one thing that you would keep, so one Christmas food. So if all the Christmas food in the world got eradicated, everything
Yeah.
went Christmas related, but you could save one Christmas food item, what would it be?
Oh, no, that's a hard one because if it's only one, you still want it to be nutritious. Because I want to say the Yorkshire pudding, right? But if you can't have it with anything else, what's the purpose? If I'm only saving the one, so if I'm going to be if I'm going to be nutritional, I'm thinking of maybe the roasted carrot seasoned with honey and herbs. Yeah.
Very good, very good.
Yeah.
First person to say Yorkshire pudding, and I'm very, very proud of that
That's a good one.
as well. Yorkshire
I love
pudding
them.
with
Yeah.
just drowned in gravy, crispy Yorkshire pudding with the
Yeah.
it's gorgeous, isn't it?
Mhm.
It's gorgeous. Yeah. John, Yorkshire pudding, yes or no?
Oh yes, for me. And I was going to ask Tracy, is there an Australian version of Yorkshire pudding?
No, I don't think so. I mean, we have them out there, but I don't know if it's something that I know. I would imagine that a lot of the English would make their own, and I would think that out there a lot of Australians would buy from the supermarket.
But they're still
because
known
it's-
as Yorkshire puds.
Yeah, I think they are still known as Yorkshire puddings out there. It's been a long time since I've done Christmas like a roast dinner, but I'm sure that they have. Like I said, there's a big English influence out there, and you can pick the right place to go and get all that. But yeah, if I was back there, it would be something that I would certainly get from the supermarket to have, but it'd be one of those frozen options.
Fair enough. Right, so Sam, you've known this question is coming for over an hour, so I'm expecting a really good answer. I'm hoping you've been thinking about this and you've sort of made a spreadsheet and you've taken some answers out and sort of evaluated your options. So Sam, this is your big moment to blow me away with a really good answer.
I think I've got a good answer. Because
Here
right,
we go.
I was sat there and absolutely. By the way, I'm absolutely team cauliflower cheese. But I think I found a loophole in your game, and I'm going to go with that. And I'm going with the leftover sandwich.
Oh, honestly.
Tis a
And if you
loophole.
won't
Well
accept,
done.
I've got another one, so it's fine. But
Yeah.
if you're not going to accept,
No, it's fine. I accept it. It's fine. I do a nice, just fine, fun question, and then somebody's got to find a way to come in here and debunk it all and try and just. I'm disappointed. I like the thought and I respect the intuitiveness of it, but for the sake of the game, it's let me down.
I can give you a different. If it's not allowed, I can give you a different one for the
No,
sake.
no, it's fine. It'll go down on the list. It will go down on the list, and I'll evaluate my best answer at the end of the show. But, yeah, interesting. Tempura prawns. Now I don't eat fish, so I don't know. Is that a Christmas thing? Does anybody know?
I suppose it might be if you're Japanese or one from the Asian. I don't know, but it's not. I don't think it's a traditional. Certainly not a traditional British thing, is it?
Not really. Not really. I mean, John, would you clutch for some prawns on Christmas Day?
Not Christmas Day, but I'd have them any time of the year for prawns. Yeah, for me.
Fair enough. Right, a few people have started to talk about Christmas films in the chat, which then I'm sure everybody has their favourites. Now, I sit back and as soon as anybody says Christmas film to me, then Home Alone is on its complete own level. Right, so you've got Christmas films, you've got all right Christmas films, and you've got Home Alone's on its own sort of like god tier level. All of them, it's brilliant. It's what Christmas is, and for me, I'm going to lay the benchmark of Home Alone, and nothing beats it. Have I got any objections? Any other? Okay, Sam. So you think you've got something better than Home Alone, do you?
Yeah, Home Alone's great, but it's the second best Christmas film because The Muppets Christmas Carol is the best film of all genres of all time. And I'm not hearing anything different.
No arguments.
I just can't steal all my fun. Honestly, steal all my fun. John, you're shaking your head.
I was going to ask you, seeing as you're the expert in Home Alone, am I right in thinking that the phrase "you filthy animal" comes from that series of films?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that because we do these charity clothes and we're sifting them out, and we came across a whole load of T-shirts that said "you filthy animal," and we thought, I don't know, I don't think we can give these out, so they just went into recycling. But then it was only somebody that picked one up and said, "Oh yeah, that's from Home Alone. That's all right." It's too late.
Because I think the lad when he was like inflicting pain on them all, doesn't he go "Merry Christmas, you filthy animals" or something? I think.
Yeah, it was off the TV. He was watching one of those TV from
it.
the olden days
Yeah.
when he was making out that there was other people in the house and gunshots and everything like that, and it was actually on the TV.
Very good. Yeah, well remembered. I'd like obviously I don't watch Home Alone in September, so I've not quite watched it this year to refresh my memory again. But yeah, that is iconic. So, John, have you got any advancements on the Muppets Christmas Carol and Home Alone?
No. Die Hard, I think, was a Christmas one, wasn't it? Right.
Which one, sorry?
Die Hard.
I've never watched it.
Bruce Willis, wasn't that a Christmas one?
Yes, it was. The first one was a Christmas one, yeah.
Yeah. That's always been a classic. That's before your time, Jake, I'm sure.
To be fair,
I'm sure you get it on catch up.
As well. But, yeah.
Yes, there's another famous saying that came out of the Die Hard movie, but it's not gone 9 o'clock, so I can't say.
Very good. It is 8:20. I've got no idea, but Sam is laughing, so I've got to think Sam probably knows what you're thinking, but I don't. So
it's Yippee Ki-Yay MF. That's out of the Die Hard movie that Bruce Willis says. So that was another well-known saying. I'm pretty sure I've got that right. Yeah.
Tracy, did you do pub quizzes?
No.
I know. But yeah, so Tracy, any advancements on the films noted?
No, not really, because if John didn't say Die Hard. I was going to say Die Hard. I'm definitely a Home Alone person, and I love the Muppets. So you've ticked all three of you have ticked the boxes for me. Yeah.
There we go. To be fair,
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty decent set of Christmas films. I mean, I've never watched Die Hard, but why do people say it is and it isn't a Christmas film? I'm confused. Is it a Christmas film or is it not?
It's not centered around Christmas, but he's an ex-cop that comes in and saves the day, and it just happens to be at a Christmas party, Christmas themed movie that way. So that it happens at Christmas time, but it's not meant to be a Christmas movie. But then Home Alone's happened at Christmas time, so yeah, there's an argument for. I'm on the for side because I enjoy watching it, but yeah.
We go. How intriguing. How intriguing. Well, I mean, I've managed to go about half an hour without talking about West Ham, but I feel like we're getting to the point where I'm going to have to mention West Ham, which really I don't really want to do. But, if anybody else has got any other topic suggestions which prevents us talking about West Ham, then I quite happily hear them. Sam, I reckon you've got a good topic bubbling in your head.
No, I was quite happy to move on to West Ham.
Oh, yeah, then the festive cheer it just evaporates, doesn't it? Okay, all right, fine. West Ham. Obviously, Sam, you didn't watch it yesterday, but we're in a pretty dire, stuffing state, really, aren't we?
We are, and when we went 1-0 down after like 4 minutes, I was expecting a cricket score. And we shouldn't bring up the cricket, should we?
We shouldn't bring up the cricket, no.
Go for it, no, please do.
No. You know what? I know, Sam. I knew you were going to say that, and as soon as you said 4 minutes, I thought you couldn't go cricket score here, and I'm like,
you started with the stuffing.
Well, I did, yeah.
Real stuffing.
Yeah, fine. Go on, Sam.
Yeah, but 3-0, Man City away. I reckon that there wasn't a preview show this week, but I reckon if we'd all been on a preview this week, we'd probably all have said that we'd take 3-0, not too damaging to the goal difference. And maybe that says more about West Ham than it does anything else. But there was a little bit of fight in the second half, a little bit. I don't from what I read, because I didn't listen to it. I wasn't going to put myself through that. But we were always going to lose that game. And I think you look at the other games we've played recently, and I think we've shown a lot more heart. We've been playing a lot better. Some of those games haven't quite gone our way, like we deserve something from the Villa game. But I think going into the run of fixtures we've now got, we've lost Jake's power. Richard put 10p in the meter.
It's okay. It's happening. Don't worry. We are finding technological.
There we are.
Back.
But yeah, I think the games we've played recently, I think we've got enough to stay up, and I think the next few weeks are going to be absolutely crucial to that. But I'm more positive now than I was when Potter was around. I'm more positive now than I was probably sort of 4 or 5 weeks ago. And I don't think we're in as bad a position as it looks on paper, because we've still got a lot of those teams that we need to beat, and we've got to beat them now at home, and we've still got to play Wolves twice.
That's very true. And Wolves look pretty dire. As soon as somebody's mentioned cricket, I can't get that out of my head now. So Tracy how has it been watching England just demise whilst being in England, whilst obviously supporting Australia? Has it brought a smile to your face? Does cricket appeal to you at all, or not?
No, I enjoy the cricket, especially any time that you beat, the Poms in the Ashes. You're always gonna, the Aussie, pride comes out. That's for sure. But we get it stuck to us so many other times with all the other sports that we're just crumbling. So give me this one opportunity just to hold my head up high with the green and gold colours and go, yeah, we sorted you out this time. I was, it was years ago, but I'm absolutely amazed at the size of the trophy that they play for. It's it's incredibly tiny, isn't it? But yeah, look, I don't know if it was a result that people expected anyhow. I'm always hearing that they didn't send the best team out there from England. So yeah, maybe it's was expected. I don't know if a 3-0 was expected, but and how well they'll play in the next 2 games, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's been a pretty much a nightmare before Christmas, hasn't it? I mean, John, you, I'm sure you followed it as well. I've had many an early morning which I've then regretted throughout the day because I've just not learnt my lesson and I've seen us capitulate. I've seen us get to a good position and then capitulate. So, isn't there a film called A Nightmare Before Christmas? They should just rehash it and just play
Show,
England.
yes.
Show the clips exactly. Yeah.
It's just, Nightmare Before Christmas, and now it's done. But now we don't have to worry about it. Now we can enjoy our Christmas, and we don't even have to worry about it, John. But
Yeah, very much a whitewash. It's a shame it's all over. You got to wonder what the remaining tests are for now. So disappointing. Yeah, all over. And Tracy, do you have to disguise your voice now locally when you're in shops and so on, so they don't pick up you're an Aussie?
Oh yeah, no, I can't speak when I'm out in public. Yeah, I've got to be very, very, quiet and just try and blend in, which is hard enough as it is anyhow. But yeah, it's no, I can't. I've got to be careful on the streets.
it could be worse because we could have beaten Australia, and then you'd have had everybody happily coming and trying to
Trying to get to engage me in conversation. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Sam, I mean, we've both had a few late nights, early mornings watching it, and all for nothing, really.
Absolutely nothing. I was wondering, I haven't asked you this before now, so just wondering your opinion. Do you think it is fair to say that this test, where we've had the interesting umpire decisions around the Snicko, that actually, with how close this one actually got, that it was the ref's fault in this game, and it was the technology?
Oh, we'd love to blame it on somebody, wouldn't we? Let's blame it on somebody else. Yeah, too right.
Both those decisions went the other way, which I think we can both, like, certainly the England wicket that wasn't, and the bat was nowhere near it, that was given out with Snicko, and the Australian one where it looked like it quite clearly come off the bat, but the technology wasn't working. I think if you switch those other 2 round, it doesn't need much of a run swing, and I think actually the runs would almost have been there with how many more the Australian guy got after the non-dismissal. So I think we can blame the ref for this one. And as football fans,
really,
we love to blame the
what we're trying to say is that we've claimed a moral victory again. So really, Tracy, we won and you didn't really. So that's just the way the cookie crumbles, isn't it?
It's certainly 2-1.
Certainly 2-1, and then the wind was blowing the wrong way in another one, so we'll have a bit of bat for that. And at the end of the day, it's all level before we know it, and that's just magic.
Yeah, and the fifth said, playing for something on the fifth test. Yeah, I'm not buying it.
We tried, we tried, but no, all good. Guys, thank you very much indeed for joining me. John, thank you for sticking around a bit longer as well. That's greatly appreciated. Tracy, good to see you, and Sam as well. Thank you very much indeed for joining me.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us, Jake.
Have a great Christmas.
Have a very Merry Christmas. Enjoy it, and let's not have any more cricket debate. Have a very Merry Christmas to you all.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah,
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Absolutely. Guys, thank you very much indeed.
Pleasure.
Thank you, Jake. Bye.
Bye.
Cheers. Sam, do you want to stay? Oh, he's gone. He's gone. What a shame. Right, we've got 2 more guests. Oh, here he is, Mr. Mike Hatcher. How are you?
Oh, not too bad, mate. How are you?
I was wondering when you were going to turn up. I was sat there. I was like, "Where's Mike? Where's Mike?"
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
I was going to be here, mate. Don't you worry about that. It might be a bit brief because I've got all the family here for Christmas now, but
dedication to West Ham Unofficial again. I mean, it's second to none as always. It's just it's just excellent. It's just excellent. And somebody that put a smile on my face when you popped up at the bottom. This is just a mystery roulette of anything. Somebody who remarkably is doing worse than us in the football. Who the hell would have thought that?
There's not many of them, mate.
It is Dan from Turf Moorhouse TV.
All right,
Dan,
Dan,
you are
we
doing
feel your
worse
pain
than
as
us.
well,
That's
I don't even know why I've got these shirts in the background. I should change them to something else. Crap.
Oh dear.
Absolute crap at the minute.
Sam's going to rejoin us. Sam, thank you very much indeed for rejoining us. Right, Dan, we need to get into the nuts and bolts of this. We'll do Christmas stuff later. What on earth is happening to Burnley?
We're just shit, plain and simple, Jake. There's no other answer to it. 2 words, Scott Parker. There you go. Bon appetit. It's no. To be fair, you can't be a bad manager if you can get teams out of the Championship. But then yet again, Neil Warnock didn't mean he won out in the Prem, did it? I think I've put Scott Parker in that category that he's now probably one of those that's going to be known years down the line as an EFL legend for what he's done with the 23 out of 24 clubs that are probably going to end up employing him to get it promoted. But other than that, yeah, just shitstorm after shitstorm, week after week.
Well, it makes us all feel rather better about ourselves, actually.
Does, yeah.
But,
do you know what? You know how bad it is when we actually got a point in the 90th minute and I was like more upset because I actually wanted us to lose, hoping that enough's enough now, get him gone.
Oof.
That's bad. I shouldn't ever feel like that. I shouldn't ever feel like that. A point should almost feel like 3 points, you know, with your smash and grab, 90th minute. But then I was stuck in Bolton doing Christmas shopping, and yeah, like they've got a retail part right next to the Tough Shit Stadium or whatever it's called now. And then they've just apparently it was like 80 minutes in, no shots at all. And I'm like, this is a Bournemouth side conceding like no tomorrow. The like a practically leakier defense than us at the minute. And then yeah, just some guy who's mostly spent his time on a treatment table crops up with a winner. It's weird.
Wow, there we are. Well, I mean, we have been looking behind our shoulder, which is not really what we wanted to do, and the teams that are behind us are getting slimmer and slimmer. There's less of them, seemingly by the week. But is there any hope before we move on? Is there any hope of a survival, Dan? Please say no.
No.
Okay.
No, I can't see it. I did see it before, right? But the thing, our fan base is very split now. So we've got some fans that get Parker out. There are some fans that are blaming the board now that the recruitment's been bad. But I'm thinking, you weren't saying that when we narrowly took points off United and Liverpool at the start of the season. You know, this team it's just had the soul sucked out of it. And that can only lie at the feet of one person who is in control of the team. So, yeah, be all and end all is that draw yesterday papered over the cracks. I was hoping for a nice little Christmas gift.
P45.
No.
Yeah. Well, there we are. Mike, they've been interesting because we've been looking over our shoulder and. You know, there's 2 teams there, and there's 2 pretty poor teams behind us. But we
don't hold back, Jake.
Huh? honestly, Mike, the amount you just shook your head sums it up. To be honest,
Jake, we're as bad, mate. There's no doubt about it at the moment. You know, I do feel for Nuno a bit because it's not his team, and I can understand where Dan's coming from because Scotty Parker's that. I should imagine most of that is his team. Bruno's, he needs some help in January. Otherwise, I fear we're going to drop out as well because the other teams are beginning to pull away. Leeds look pretty good, to be fair. I've seen them play a couple of times. They've looked really good and they don't deserve to be in the bottom 3. But the table doesn't lie, mate. We're there because we are the 3rd worst team in the league at the moment. Full stop.
Could be worse. Honestly, we could be the 2nd worst team in the league. You know,
there isn't much between us, is there, mate? To be totally honest, there ain't much.
You shitbag.
You know, we're relying on David Sullivan now to pick us players to get us out of this hole. Well, he's the reason why we're in it anyway in the first place. So, yeah, I'm running out of hope, mate. But hey, I've been following this club since I've been 10 years of age.
Mike's been following this club for 112 years, so you know he's seen it
drop. I've seen this drop down, and do you know what? This is not as bad as the last time we dropped out. I think it was Avram Grant, who was absolutely pathetic. and that team was doomed, full stop. But I don't think we're quite as bad as that. But I can see us, unless the investment is huge, I can see us going. I can't see us any other thing happening, mate.
I think I only ever remember one championship game of where we played together. I think you had like a 40-odd-year-old Teddy Sheringham up top still.
Yeah.
It was,
and he scored a few goals as well.
Yeah, he did. He did. I think, where did he go after that? Rick Colchester or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, he
Found
played
his
with his
level
dad as well, didn't he? I think. But joking aside, yeah, we've been up there. Was it 12 or 13 years now since we won the playoff? And but this has been happening for the last probably 4 or 5 years now. This slide has been going on. Under David Moyes, I remember going to Fulham and us getting dapped 5-0, and that season I think went to Palace and got.
That was the period, Mike, where you went to all the away games. We got battered in, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I better start going to some more away games, mate, because you know what, the away games I've been to this year, we've not lost.
Really? Oh, so it's turned. It's flipped. Which ones have you been to?
Only 2. Forest.
Oh yeah, Forest. Yeah, that was the best of the lot.
Yeah. What was the other one? I think the other one was a draw. So I've only been to 2 away games this year.
Bournemouth?
Yeah. Oh, couldn't get Bournemouth.
No. I was in the sort of hospitality box that day, because it's the way we roll nowadays. So
couldn't get Bournemouth.
Big time YouTubers, man.
Yeah,
I've stayed humble. I've made sure my numbers stayed low. I just
my points. I've got some more points now for the QPR game, but that's it.
Oh yeah, we'll lose that. But
Yeah.
Sam, I think it's getting to a point where it's starting to hit home that teams are pulling away. Well, I mean, they pulled away from Burnley more than us. But sorry, Dan. But teams that
it doesn't hurt anymore.
No, it doesn't. No,
the tear ducts don't work. I've cried enough,
mate. Honestly, I've got to the situation where that's it. If we stay up, I'll be shocked. Full stop.
I just don't want us to be a West Ham. West Brom.
Yeah.
That sounded bad. I actually don't want us to be a West Brom. Just yo-yoing up and down. Because if you've got any ambition, your ambition is to stay where the money is, which is the Premier League. Yeah. Everything in it, VAR and crap referees and all that stuff, that just comes part and parcel with having to, chase the bread. But we can't, I can't sit here and go, no, cap the championship and we'll just win it every year. It's not going to work.
But yeah, I mean, it's getting to the point where teams are starting to, cut adrift, Sam, and that's the concern. Where we were all talking about Leeds, but now I think Forest are below Leeds now. So Leeds have jumped up and they've had a brilliant few performances, and there's a bit of hope and spirit. And I'm looking at these next 4 games, and I cannot remember a bigger 4 games for West Ham in a long, long time.
No, I can't remember another run of games where you've looked at it and gone, really, we should probably win all those games.
Yeah.
And that we probably need to win all those games. I don't think we've ever had that. I can't remember the last time we had a Christmas period where we weren't playing one of the big sort of 4 teams. I guess we played Man City this weekend, but normally we've got Arsenal, we've got Man United, we've got Chelsea. Like we normally have some really big, difficult games over that Christmas period that when you're playing so many games, you don't want to be playing a team that are going to walk all over you. I think we've got relatively, and touch wood, but kind fixtures this year over that period. So it's absolutely massive. But just a question for Dan: do you think that if you got rid of Parker now and brought someone else in, that someone else will keep you up, or do you think you're down anyway, whatever happens, but you still want to get rid of Scotty Parker?
I think we've got to take a chance and a risk. I think that's the one thing we need to do now. You can see that when we did start to attack, in the latter stages, because we seem to turn up as soon as the board for added time goes up. We decide to actually think, all right, let's put some boots on and play football. It pees me off, but so you can see signs that if we did that for 90 minutes, we could take the game to teams. I looked back, like I said earlier, regarding the nearly taking points off United and Liverpool, and at the time we had played. I think our start was even in our opening 10 games, we played about 4 of the big 6 in that. And we were like, yeah, but Leeds and still got to play them and stuff like that. And then obviously I watched us against Newcastle. No, not against Newcastle, against Crystal Palace, and we lost 1-0. I was in a pub in Newcastle actually, and then I looked at the other screen, and obviously Leeds were 3-1 up against Chelsea, and still weren't holding back. You know, they weren't like, oh, we're going to sit on this. They were still looking to try and put them to the sword. So we need to do that, but we need an attack-minded manager. I think he's enjoyed having that brilliant defensive record in the Championship, and now he's trying to urge off it, and it's just not working. So it's worth the risk, but our chairman's a little bit too loyal. And like I said, Scott Parker comes across very nice. I reckon he'd get the first 3 rounds in if you went for a drink with him. But I just think you need to be a bit of a bar steward behind the closed doors. You know what I mean? You've got to have that bit of, they think you're all Mr. Nice Guy on camera, but behind the camera, you need to be horrible. Like Jake.
Well, exactly, you know, as it is. Honestly, I don't care. Mike, I know you've got to go. So the question that I'm going to ask you, the Christmas question is, if we removed from the world every Christmas food, so everything that you eat at Christmas, Christmas associated food, if everything went and you could keep one Christmas food item, what would it be?
My favourite Christmas food item. Do you know what? I love Christmas pudding. Christmas pudding, but I need cream with it or some really nice custard. So, yeah, I'd hate it if we got rid of it. I love a roast, don't get me wrong, but yeah, Christmas pudding, I love it.
There we go. So back in the 20s, when that was a big thing, Mark, you loved your Christmas pudding and, you know, your cream and all the rest of it, yeah?
Yeah, my mum used to put sixpences in it. So there you go. You don't even know what sixpence is.
Somebody was talking about it earlier. They said it's 2.5p. So I have learned something today. Sixpence was 2.5p. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See?
Basically, yeah.
I learn something new every day. I learn something new every day. Sorry?
It was a little silver coin worth 6 pence.
What? So, and then you'd eat the coin or what? I'm
No,
confused.
you get to keep it. So I could go and buy some sweets. What do you think? You bloody eat it.
Oh, I don't know, do I? Why'd you put a coin in a dessert for? That's like putting a like.
Oh, it was a treat, wasn't it? 6 pence was a bloody treat in those days, you know.
That's like getting some cauliflower cheese and putting a whisk in it and going, well, there we go. Let's. Yeah. Honestly.
Oh, you just
okay. So you put a 6 pence in your Christmas pudding, and what do you have on it? Is it brandy you have on it or something?
Oh, yeah. Brandy on top, yeah, and light it up, yeah, for effect.
There we go. Fantastic. Well, we've had we've had stuffing, we've had Yorkshire puddings, we've got Christmas pudding now from Mike. We have got a vast array. And then you listen to this, Mike. Sam had to come along and ruin it, didn't he? So what did Sam do? He came along and said, well, I'd have a Christmas leftover sandwich. So I'd put everything that you would have for Christmas into a sandwich. So I didn't have to get rid of anything.
Yeah, good shout, mate.
So you just floored my fun game. Sam, have you got any thoughts or not?
Well, I love Christmas pudding as well. Like and there wouldn't be any of that in my Christmas leftover sandwich. I can't lie. But
well, yeah, true.
But no, it's a good shout. But Mike agreeing with me, so I think Mike's got your pint at the Fulham game now. As you've taken my one away from me, I'm going to give your one to Mike.
Okay. Wow. Well, Mike could have to walk round, and I might be hiding a little bit if you want a pint. But...
Oh, don't you worry. I'll walk around them 3 blocks, mate. Don't you worry about
What did I say, Mark? I told you he's horrible off camera.
You're right.
Oh dear. Right, Mike. I'll let you go back to your family gathering because you're losing brownie points quickly, aren't you?
Yeah. Everyone have a great Christmas.
Yeah, you too, Mark. Have a good one.
Have a great Christmas.
Yeah, best for the family.
See you, boys.
Take care.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Bye.
Greatly appreciated. Right then, let's go next to Nigel. Oh my lord, Nigel, how are you?
I'm driving home from my work's Christmas curry.
He's driving home for Christmas. Yeah.
No, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So
I just had a curry. So
curry.
Yes, my work's Christmas do. So they had a curry. So
there we go. What sort of curry was it?
I had a chicken tikka biryani and sagaloo.
Very nice.
Decent.
Sounds nice. Sounds nice. You've got two people nodding their head. I don't really eat too much curry, so if they're nodding their
To be
head,
honest,
then,
yeah, I'm having a curry on Christmas Day instead of Christmas dinner.
Oh, no, right. We need to talk about this right now because I've had a
I'm
few
actually having
people.
one Boxing Day.
I've had a few people start saying this about having a curry on Christmas Day, right? What's the thought process behind that? Is that your call?
No,
Whose call is it then?
the parents.
The parents having curry on Christmas Day.
His parents come from Delhi. No, tell a lie. They come from East London.
Oh dear.
Same thing, really.
Nigel. Nigel.
I've got enough
right.
to buy a curry now because one of my Nigerian uncles left me 3-point-something million in an email. So
We've all got
that.
We've all got that.
I get them every week. Them emails from Nigerians.
Yeah, everybody gets them. But right. So is it just one curry, or is it going to be like a curry buffet, like a selection, or just one curry, like tikka masala or something?
Oh, I think we're just going to get like a few different ones. Or we'll just get our own, put it out. I even offered to make like a turkey curry and go a little bit different. But
they said no.
I was told no. I usually do the cooking, and I said, yeah, I know you do. I've tasted it. It's rank.
Is it from a proper curry house you're having it?
Yeah, luckily. So I've got somebody that's at least got, I don't know.
Who opens on Christmas Day?
Flipping heck. I mean,
Sam,
Sam,
to be fair, I think we're going to order it Christmas Eve because curry always tastes better the day after anyway, doesn't it? Yeah.
Right, hang on, right, Sam. So, what's your thoughts on curry on Christmas Day?
Oh, curry on Christmas Day, absolutely not. Like, absolutely not. Call me a traditionalist. But I agree that the curry tastes better the day after.
What? So, do you heat it back up?
Yeah.
Or do you just eat it cold?
No,
You've never had leftover curry.
Sorry?
You've never had like leftovers the next day and had it the next day.
We don't. I don't really eat curry.
Yeah, mate. Of course, for breakfast.
Oh, even better.
What, Nigel? Nigel, hello.
I've had it for breakfast.
I've
had it for breakfast.
I bet you have. Hang on, Dad reckons you can eat it cold. Oh, that just sounds revolting. Like curry cold. What?
What's the problem with curry, Jake? Is it the spicy or is it?
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of spice, to be honest. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a very spicy guy, you see.
See, I was thinking of making a festive one, doing like a turkey Rogan Josh or something, but with like pigs in blankets, bits broke up, so just bits of bacon and sausage in there as well.
Nice.
Got to stick some Brussels sprouts in it, mate. Brussels sprouts have got to be on the menu of the curry.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Instead of coriander, I'll put sprouts in, so I've got a bit of greenery to it.
I actually had a Yorkshire pudding wrap yesterday in Manchester.
They're good then.
What did you think? Was it nice?
What, the Yorkshire pudding? Yeah, it was nice, mate.
It was nice. Yeah, good, good. Talking of Manchester, how was your gorgeous trip to the Etihad yesterday, Nigel?
If I'm honest, I actually thought we was all right. I think Kilman is dog shit bad, really bad, and Skulls ain't up to it. You heard it here. He's not a Premier League footballer, and Kilman's dreadful. Bad mistakes, and to be fair, we had chances to score 2 or 3. So disappointed, really.
So you've got a bit of optimism then.
Definitely. Do you know what? They listen. We had 2 gilt-edged chances to score, right? Paquetá took a terrible free kick that he could have at least got on target, and the goals we conceded, 2 of them were absolutely ridiculous goals to concede.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Ollie's goals, mate, is a fish out of water against him, and Kilman. Why he started over Mav, I do not know.
Yeah, I thought that was ridiculous. Yeah,
because
no, I agree.
why bring Mavropanos on with like 3 minutes left? Kilman was dreadful. He gave the ball away 2 or 3 times. He gave the ball cannoned off him for the goal. He was rubbish, mate. Honestly, if we'd have had Van Bissaka and Juve playing yesterday, and we'd have played like we did, we might well have got something. And I'm not. Everyone's going on about Man City played really well. They didn't. They just got gifted goals. We were that poor that we gifted them goals. That's all it was. They won't win the Premier League, I don't think.
Well, I'd rather they win it than Arsenal, but
well, so would I. I'm hoping they do, but they weren't. Yeah, apart from that, it was the same old Etihad trip. It's like Groundhog Day, mate. You just go there knowing you're going to get beat, but it's quite a nice ground and I had a nice weekend, really. So I had a walk around Chester.
And they had a Yorkshire pudding wrap. There you go.
Exactly that, mate.
So what's not to love? Right, talking of food-based items, Dan, it's time to put the faithful question to you. One Christmas food item to stay, everything else goes. What's staying?
Pigs in blankets. Has to be.
Superb.
Has to be. Yes. I can't believe nobody hasn't said that yet, because also, think about it logically, you're keeping 2 things because you're still getting your bacon and sausage. Win-win.
Very good.
You can make that of what you will, can't you? You could do like the big flaming pigs in blankets. You could just separate and have a sausage and bacon butty and still call it a pig in blanket butty. Just the options are endless. You can even stick them in a curry, Rich.
Stick them in a curry. Honestly, you and curries, like, I don't know what's going on here. It's just bemusing me. But, you've got to try something different. Burnley aren't trying something different. They're just carrying on, plodding on, right, as they do. But, February the 6th or 7th, West Ham guaranteed 3 points up at Turf Moor. So, what's not to love, Dan?
Hard place, mate. Hard place.
Not at the minute, it's not, Nudge. I'll tell you that now. They roll out the claret carpet and just allow you to flame and do whatever you want. Like say, Fulham haven't won there in 74 years.
Wow. I've got a nice little village I stay in when I go up there, a little community-run village. Trawden.
Oh, yeah. It's nice.
Yeah, I love it.
Trawden.
Yeah, that's where I stay.
Did we just have nice and near Burnley in the same sentence? Did that really just
well,
nice?
Nice and Jake in the same sentence anyway, would be
fair. It is actually quite nice there, Jake. To be fair, Trawden, friendly people.
They do sometimes do put glitter on a bit of turd somewhere. They've got to make somewhere look nice around here.
But with all joking aside, Sam, I mean, it's a long way off, but we've got to win at Burnley, haven't we?
Absolutely. I think there are a few big games, but I think that you've got to be beating the teams around you. Burnley, we've got 2 against Wolves, we've got to beat Leeds, we've got the return fix. We gifted them a win earlier in the season, gifted them a win. We've got to beat Forest, and I think he'll be really up for that game. But it's going to be a big game.
Absolutely. Right, let's just clarify a few things here. Right. Dan, I think Jake said he will buy you a breakfast on February 7th. I bloody won't buy you a curry, that's for sure. There won't be no curries involved. But breakfast, for it to be breakfast, that means we're going to have to leave Bruton incredibly early to get to Burnley for breakfast. I must admit, that's gonna be a fair old maybe brunch. Do you have that sort of thing up there, Dan? Brunch or not?
Yeah, I had it today. I had brunch today.
What did you have?
I just made myself a little mini fry up because I couldn't be arsed.
Very good.
Plenty of black pudding on that, I hope.
Oh yes, 100%.
100%. Vegan, right? Well, say it. Don't type it in the chat. Say it to the. Come on, vegan. There won't be no vegan.
Oh, he wants to keep all the pigs in blankets, does it? But and then he calls me nasty. Nah, you can have the fake stuff here. Linda McCartney sausages. Enjoy them. You shit house.
Have the plant-based sausages. Yeah.
It's like chewing cardboard. They're horrible. I do like how you put me in this top corner though, under some mistletoe and stuff like Jake. I do really appreciate that.
I'll put you down by Turkey if you want. I've used StreamYard for a long time. I know the tricks of the trade. Yeah, indeed. Right, Nigel, are you back home? What's going on? Are you, because it's all very dark?
I've just pulled up just down the road because
Yeah.
because I don't want to go and put up on the drive because it's really loud. My neighbours will start looking out the window and think, what's that geezer doing in his car? What's he doing now?
What's he doing talking on the phone in his car? He's lost the plot.
Yeah, loud, but you can hear what we're saying. It's really loud, this car. Do you know what I mean? The mobile in it's really, really loud. You can hear everything.
Oh dear. Right. Have we got any other Christmas-based questions that any of you are dying to put forward?
Best and worst present.
Sorry?
Best and worst present. And you have to be honest. I don't care if your dad's in the chat.
Well, I was going to say, that means I'm going to have to upset somebody then, aren't I? I'm going to have a good half an hour to think about that. Nigel, you'll know the worst present you've ever received. You'll just say it.
Yeah, I know straight away. It was a Coventry City football kit from my nan.
Ooh.
She was going a bit she was going a bit daft towards the end, and she decided to get me a West Ham kit, but it was a Coventry City kit. I did actually quite like that kit. It was the one with the stripes down the front, you know the one, but I never wore it. But yeah, Coventry City kit. There you go. Worst present ever.
Right, Sam, you've got to buy me some time here because I haven't got a clue.
But I know what mine is, and I'm worried because I know my dad's watching tonight. But I was 13. I was 13, and both my mum and my dad independently both got me electric razors for Christmas, and I was so angry. So that was definitely the worst ever because I still wanted it to be something sort of fun. I was 13, and it wasn't. It was both of them had clearly gone.
Couldn't even grow a beard then.
Properly. Let's buy him something to help him out.
The only thing you could do was shave your nads with them because you didn't have a beard.
Right, Dan, are you going to answer your own question? Worst present?
Yeah, worst present was
probably all them Burnley shirts behind you, innit?
No. I didn't get them for Christmas. I was going to say something earlier, you know, when you said to Sam about, oh, we've got to win at Burnley. I was like, I'd like to see Burnley win at Burnley, mate. Like, come on.
His worst present was a Sam Vokes shirt.
No, it was a dressing gown that I got. Now that sounds like, really, it's just a dressing gown, but it was, my mum worked in a care home. So I basically got some dead bloke, like, dressing gown on my back. And honestly, I even said to her, now, bearing in mind, I was 11, 12, maybe. And I said to her, are you serious? And she went, what? I said, it's itchy as anything. I said, did they embalm the guy in this? And I called her out on it straight away. And I said, no. I said, I don't care what you do with it. Bin it, burn it. I don't want it. So it sounds really disrespectful. But at the end of the day, yeah. Why did she even think that was all right to do? Like, come on.
Staggered to be.
I've got another one.
Go on then. Wrap it up, nice.
So I was 18. I was 18, right? And my auntie bought me one of them plastic toys that it was like a Tweety pie that you wound up and it made a Tweety pie noise. And I was like 18. I just thought it was a bit odd. Do you not think that's a bit odd for that? I know you probably still get them presents, Jake, but like, yeah, it was a real strange one. I sort of said, oh yeah, thank you for that. But I thought, I think she was going a bit. I think she had a bit of dementia, and she was actually going a bit silly and found it in the cupboard or something. I thought she'd give it to me as a present.
Honestly,
We've all got that one family member who turns up with like one shit gift every year.
One that they got, your nana or something has always got like a box of old oily Ulay that's like not been opened upstairs that they got for a gift like 10 years ago. They think it's acceptable to give it to your wife. Do you know what I mean? As a present.
It never ceases to amaze me where this ends up, to be totally honest. But Dan, I'm blaming it all on you.
Feel free.
I do not have a worse present. All of the presents I've ever been bought, I love deeply, and I can never say that I've been disappointed when I.
Even I can hear your dad calling bullshit from here.
We can call you spoiled though.
Spoiled? Why?
I mean, look at some of them crap presents we've got, and you come out and say, "Oh, mine were great."
Yeah, yeah. I ain't
There's
going to
not one
disrespect
cruise that I
nobody
have
live
been
on
on that
YouTube.
hasn't been great, to be honest with you. Ah.
All the live
Ah.
presents have been fantastic. I ain't going to disrespect nobody live on YouTube, right? That is, you know, they've spent their hard-earned money on me, and I've spent it back, but not as much.
I've just found something odd in the car. Right, I've just looked down to my left because the light's on, and I don't actually know why it's in here.
At first, Nige, I thought you meant Jake's
What
voice
is
coming through your
that?
phone.
What is that?
I know it's about.
It's an LOL surprise, isn't it?
It's some sort of.
Like
It's
an
like
LOL doll cushion
look
thing.
at it. Can you see it? Look at it.
I only know what it is because I've got a daughter. Just to clarify,
I was going to say,
I
why have
don't
you
sit
got that?
here. I don't sit here with my wind-up Tweety pie watching children's programs. I promise.
I don't actually know. It's called it's an LOL. Yeah.
Nigel, how have you ended up with that in your car?
More to the point, he's named 2 gifts that are bad, and then actually comes out with a third.
Maybe it's my Christmas present off Uno, and I don't know about it yet.
Right, I say what, Nige, bring it to Wolves away, and I'll have it. No, I really don't want it. I really
You really don't want
that.
that, Jake. You'll be like you could get beaten up for walking around with that. To be fair.
Yeah, absolutely. But right, I think we're going to leave it there. Thank you very much, gents. All right, Nigel, I'm going to let you go home and you know, tell everyone about your curry that you've just had. And
You didn't
Dan,
ask
I'm
me
gonna go and
what
let
you didn't ask me about my. You didn't ask me what I want on Christmas dinner, or wouldn't want.
Oh, sorry. Right, quickly. If everything was taken away from the world of Christmas, if there was one Christmas food that you could keep left, what is it, mate?
It'd be the turkey.
See, nobody said it yet, and we've had about 10 people who said 10 different answers, and nobody has said turkey.
Nobody said the
Very
turkey.
good.
They'd all have like vegan or vegetarian Christmas dinner.
Yeah, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. But hey ho. Right, Dan, Sam, Nigel, thank you very much indeed. Have a very Merry Christmas.
You
Dan,
too, pal.
you know, but I really hope you get one more point. You know, if you get one more point, then you know we can all have a laugh, can't we? But
Are you going Saturday, Jake?
it's not
Sunday?
going to be in February. It's not going to be in February when we come up.
Definitely not. Definitely not. We've got Everton next on the 27th. So
David Moyes masterclass.
I'm not holding my. The last time we played Everton over Christmas was actually on Boxing Day, about 2 or 3 seasons back, and we got our arse handed to us. I think we got beat 4-1 or 5-1. And my stepdad's a blue, and I took him on the game. And at the end of it, I was walking down the steps, and he turned, and I thought, why is he not behind me? And he went, take a photo of this under his jacket, and just had Everton top on. And I thought, I called him something beginning with a B, but yeah, it was something that just, yeah. I'm watching it with him. I'm not even going on. I've turned down a free ticket so I can watch it with him because I want us to win this time so I can gloat right in his face.
That's a really rookie excuse. Have a very Merry Christmas, Nigel, Dan, and Sam. That's
too,
like
Jake.
a little trio, that is. Nigel, Dan, and Sam. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. I will see you soon.
Take care.
See you at Fulham, Jake.
Merry
I'll
Christmas,
be at
pal.
Fulham. Yeah, I'll be there with all my joyousness. So, Nigel, I will not buy you a pint at Fulham, all right?
Okay, thanks for that. It's nothing new then, is it? All right then.
See you later,
later.
boys. Thank you very much indeed. Right, I think my final guest, and to be honest, Ian, I really do apologise that you've had to listen to that for about 5 minutes.
I tuned in. I didn't know what the fuck was going on there, to be honest with you. That was
Neither did I. Neither did I. To be honest, you'd be forgiven for thinking, what on earth have I walked into? But you know, let's try and bring a bit of civility and professionalism back to it, shall we?
Why? Who's jumping on other than me?
No, you didn't know. It's just you. There's nobody else.
Oh, blimey! Oh, you've got picked the wrong bloke here, mate. But,
a very good evening to you, mate. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm not too bad. Yeah, it seems every time I come on here is after a disappointing result. So,
Wow, yeah. But to be fair, I think that probably says more about West Ham and the appearances on this show because I mean, every week is a poor performance, isn't it? So,
I actually didn't go yesterday, which is no, I didn't go. No, I ticked off a new ground yesterday. Instead, I went to Tunbridge Angels versus Dagenham and Redbridge instead. So,
probably was a better game.
it was a decent game. It was a decent watch, 2-2, and I was in contact with a few mates that was going, and they was just saying how dire it was, and that's the first one I've missed this season. But I didn't. I weren't disappointed. I wasn't on the coach for 5 hours on the way home last night from Manchester, so
Yeah.
is what it is.
Yeah, no, it's full credit to anyone going up there. We looked at it, and I think a lot of people looked at it and went, "Well, are we going to go and we'll just watch the inevitable, or are we going to do something else with our Saturday before Christmas?"
We get great following away from home, don't we? You know, it's very the club are very, very lucky, aren't they? Really, that people win, lose, or draw, low expectation. You know, hopefully we just get a shot on goal. I don't think we even had one of them for 44 minutes. I don't think yesterday, but might have been even longer. But you know, yeah, disappointing. It's grim. It's grim. But you know, let's hope that we just have a nice Christmas and West Ham don't fuck it completely up on the 27th for us, I suppose. But
exactly. Well, I mean,
yeah,
it's a massive 4 games now with
huge.
Fulham, Brighton, Forest, and Wolves. That's in the wrong order, but it's those games that we've got coming up, and I can't remember for quite a while. Anyway, obviously, you know, with the success of Europe, they were important games, but you feel these 4 games are going to massively define, you know, the outcome in May.
Yeah, and I think the disappointment of what's, you know, the squad is so thin, and that it almost like QPR. You fear for us at home to QPR in the cup that's going to be a second string
Bristol
team.
City all over again.
Yeah, because the Premier League games they will always be the manager's priority, they'll always be the club's priority, which I think is a great shame. I'd love to see us have a run in the FA Cup, but we're just not in that place, are we, at the minute? And yeah, the other games. So arguably, again, I hate seeing us throw cup games, but you can really see that squad, that team selection for the QPR game be something that I don't think the fans are going to enjoy too much, to be honest. 9,000 QPR over there, so I'd like to be optimistic about that one, but I can't at the moment. And the problem I think we've got as well, the quick turnaround from Fulham to Brighton, that will definitely rule Callum Wilson out of one of those games to a cameo appearance at best. But it's just a back 4, Jake. It's just a back 4. It doesn't matter about what you think about Somerville, whether he's good enough or he's not good enough, and who's playing centre mid. As long as you've got that defence, we're in deep, deep bother. Because, and I think I read on one of the forums the other day, the priority is a striker. The priority, we've got to stop conceding. Every mistake is a goal at the moment. Every single mistake that we make leads to a goal, and that's the sign of a real shaky and poor defence, which ain't nothing new on us. We've been poor in defence for a couple of seasons now, and it's just not got any better. So, like I say, I've got the Christmas tree up behind me. I'm trying to be optimistic, but it's really difficult at the moment. But we've been in worse positions. So let's just hope by some miracle we make some decent investments in the window. Hopefully we make some quick investments, because that's what we need to do, is by the 1st of January have a couple in the door, whereas we always tend to leave it right to the end of the window. We could be in desperate trouble. But I think I spoke to you when we played Leeds at Ellen Road, and I said I don't think I can see a way out of this. 7 points was the gap then. Now 6 points is the gap to Leeds, 5 to Nottingham Forest. Goal difference is horrendous. So it's it's like the extra point, isn't it? So it's like, and Leeds are beating some very, very good teams. They've beaten Chelsea, they've beaten Palace, got a draw at Liverpool. Can you see us doing that? Because I can't. And and it's just it's bad times, which is why come and relive some nostalgia at an E13 event. You're much better off. Forget the shit of the day and go back to the past.
Look at that segue. That was excellent.
That was great. That was amazing.
I'll give you full marks for that. That was brilliant.
That was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I was pretty proud earlier because we're doing Christmas food questions later. But somebody earlier said stuffing, and I went straight into West Ham, got stuffed at Man City. So I was pretty proud of that. But that was excellent. We've always got to find a way to get him.
That's it, cheeky adverts. But it wasn't as big a stuffing as I was thinking. I was thinking after a goal down after 10 minutes yesterday, I'm thinking this has got 5-0 written all over it, to be honest. But so 3 probably weren't the end of the world, was it, really? But,
yeah, exactly.
Did you go?
Yeah. We didn't. No,
No.
funnily enough, we decided to go on a pub crawl around Bath instead, and we had a much better day than we would have done.
Brilliant.
Going up there.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah.
I saw it at 3:05, and I saw we were already 1-0 down. I turned it down, and I went, this could be very nasty. This could be very
That's how
nasty.
football's changed in the last few years, because I was sitting there, I was thinking, oh, fuck me, we're 1-0 down. Then you had to look, you thought, oh, it's all right, I've triple captained Haaland today. And then and that's how football's changed. Years ago, it never used to be like that. Now it's like bittersweet, because you're looking at your fantasy team thinking, that's all right, I've got 26 points after 5 minutes.
Decent.
So it's, football's gone very bad now, to be honest with you, when you're looking at things like that. But there you go.
Swings and roundabouts. I mean, to be fair, I think it all went wrong when Sky Sports started to put a fantasy football show on their main Saturday coverage. I thought this has turned from a bit of fun to people taking it a little bit too serious.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I actually switched over to that yesterday. I've never seen that before, and see three people giving analysis on fantasy football. Yeah, so it's just gone a little bit too far, isn't it? But hey ho, but that's the way of things.
Absolutely.
Modern
Well, I mean,
football.
I saw that the third goal yesterday was, summed it up, right? And I watched it this morning and I thought that's comical in the sense of, there was Kilman, Walker Peters, and they all had a touch on it and none of them could clear it out. I think it summed where West Ham are at the moment. It could have gone a lot worse yesterday. We could have, got battered a lot more, and Bowen had a decent chance, which he just pulled wide of the post. But defensively, you mentioned it earlier. Why he's not playing Mavropanos over Kilman, I don't know. I can't believe I'm saying that sentence, but that's I think probably where we are.
That is where we are, isn't it? When people are saying, Mavropanos is our best centre half, and anyone who comes to the shows and events knows my esteem of Constantine Mavropanos is not very high. We normally Givey sign stuff away in the raffle, to be honest. But or the mystery auction prize for charity. That's one we've done with that before. But no, that is a sign of where we are. That is a sign, and you look back and you probably think actually an injured Kurt Zuma would be doing us a turn right now, wouldn't he? So it's look, there's recruitment. There's a mountain of troubles at the club, isn't there? To be honest, which is just even like the last couple of games when we were meant to be celebrating the life of Billy, it was very flat. It was very sort of dour, and just everyone's just really, really fucked off. But don't worry, you can all open a load of shit West Ham presents in a couple of days' time, and that'll cheer you right up, won't it? So
yeah. Do you think of the people up and down the country opening utter tap from the West Ham store? Over the next 2 days. You think of the lovely stuff that's coming. Honestly, like if there's any product out there and they slap a West Ham logo on it, then it's going to be in someone's stocking, isn't it? Like,
yeah, that's it. Yeah, I mean, some of the stuff you go and have a look at now, your mind is blown, isn't it? Really, that you think you go in the shop and you think, my God, seriously, they haven't done that, have they? But
and people buy it.
Yeah.
But, hey ho. Well, I mean, to be fair, I'm shocked that nobody's really wanting a Mavropanos signed shirt, Ian, to be honest.
No, we don't shift too many of them, mate, to be honest with you, and not really. No, they're quite low on people's list. I do remember a couple of years ago though. One of the strangest ones I got asked for is, do you have anything Danny Ings? And at the time, he couldn't hit a fucking... he was totally useless. And I thought, oh, my God. And it just so happens I had a shirt. I had some sign for... I tell you what, I'll do you a special deal of a Danny Ings Christmas... you can have the lot, I'll tell you what, you can have a bundle. There you go. So instead of the shirt, you get the shorts, you get the pads, you get the socks, you get the boots, you get every signed photo I've ever got of the geezer, and I'll do you the best deal I can do, and you can have the lot. And I was absolutely overjoyed. But so there is something like in life, they say there's someone out there for everyone. Yeah. It's just the same. Someone somewhere will cherish a Mavropanos signed shirt, it's like a story years ago when Alvin Martin made his England debut and he had to mark Zico. And Bobby Robson, I'll cut the story short, gave him Zico's shirt. So he said, got him in the change room afterwards. And he says, Martin, I've got your Zico shirt. There you go, son. He went, it's the fucking closest you've been to it all night.
Very good. Very good. That is bemusing. Somebody really wanted Danny Ings West Ham memorabilia. I mean,
Danny Ings West Ham memorabilia. Yeah. I mean, I say we've done a few spoof ones over the years. I do remember the Mavropanos one actually is a bloke called Mitch, who's a great supporter of ours, buys lots and lots of memorabilia. He lives out in on the Essex-Suffolk border somewhere, and he's got a fantastic man cave of all of our stuff that he's bought over the years. And we done the blind auction for DT38, and got on stage and said, "Okay, blind auction DT38." We had Kevin Nolan and Ginge. It was 2 nights. We had a Thursday, Friday double header, and I said, "Right, this is night 1." I said, "So tonight," I said, "it's current first team player, match worn shirt, signed and framed. 400 quid bid, Bosch, Edison Alvarez." It's a pretty good one, isn't it? Not too bad for 400 quid. Think got a bit of value for money, done your bit for charity. Following night, Mitch is buying whatever it is. So I said, last night it was Edison Alvarez, signed match worn shirt. Tonight, current first team player. So it could be anyone. Get right to the end, 650 quid, and I reveal Constantine Mavropanos. Not any old Constantine Mavropanos, but in the blue fucking Chelsea remake shirt that we had as well. So it was like insult to injury. There you go. Yeah. It's not even in a claret and blue. It's not even in a nice white or sky blue. It's in that monstrosity Chelsea blue that we adopted for our third kit one year. And he just simply said, "What the fuck am I supposed to do with that?" And I says, "I don't know." He said, "We'll re-auction it." I said, "There's no point in doing that because everyone knows what it fucking is now." But someone out of the goodness of their heart give us 50 quid for it, and it went to a very good home, I'm sure. So there you go, the wonderful world of memorabilia.
When you think back to defenders, you mentioned Kurt Zuma, and I'm like, what we do for Zuma and Dawson in their prime back in. I mean, Craig Dawson. I mean, he was actually my favourite player for like 3 years, and I had a lot of pictures of him. I've still actually got a picture. There he is. Yeah, I found
Dawson Aldo.
Yeah, I mean, what a player. What we do for that consolidating.
I remember the night in Lyon when we played away in Lyon. He was absolutely outstanding that night and scored a goal as well. And that was the birth of Dawson Aldo that night. And it was just. It's funny with players. It's happened all over the years at West Ham. I think when we signed him, 2.5 million. I think off of Watford.
Yeah.
Was it Watford or West Brom? Can't remember. Well, anyway, one of the two. And everyone was like, "Well, we fucking buying him for? He's a crock of old shit. He's had it, blah blah blah." And he was outstanding, wasn't he? He was brilliant. And then you look at 40 million Max Kilman, from Wolves, who just started okay-ish, but now he's just absolutely gone, isn't he? He's confidence, he's gone. I remember talking to Alan Devonshire because he was his manager at Maidenhead, and I said, "Dev, Max Kilman, 40 million quid is not really doing it." He went, "He needs a very, very good, strong centre half next to him." I went, "Oh right, okay, we'll buy Virgil van Vakendijk to make Max Kilman look any good then, will we?" But look, it's like people will look in the market. We'll get linked with a lot of people in January because we're in the shit. And some people go, "I don't want him. I don't want him. I don't want him." But you take anyone who tries, won't you? You take anyone who tries, who comes with an attitude of they're going to improve us. Because let's be honest, we just need some numbers right now, don't we? We just need some bodies. We need some numbers. So it's the squad got weakened in the summer. It didn't get improved, and it's coming home to roost now, isn't it? So it's grim time. Just hope that at the Fulham game, really, there's some sort of atmosphere, because it's really weird. The Newcastle game was, even when we were losing 1-0, the fans stuck with them. The atmosphere was good. And, the place was actually a decent atmosphere for a day. I can't really put my finger on why, to be honest. It was just like the fans just got behind them that day. And even at a goal
It was
down,
as
we turned
well
the game around.
because we went 1-0 down, but I think we hit the post just before,
Yeah.
and they went and scored, and everybody
Yeah.
sort of rallied a little bit, and that's what we need.
Yeah. I mean, look, I always say about players, it's not their fault if they're not good enough. They've been put in that side by whoever, recruitment, management, owner, whoever. It's not their fault if they're not quite up to the levels and good enough. And you do look at the team, and they really, really need the fans behind them, don't they? They need a little bit of help. And listen, it's a hard one to always say. We will never tolerate, I think, people who don't look like they're trying. But if they're trying, but it's just not going for them, I think the fans will sort of stay with them. But there's a couple of times this season, a few of them haven't looked like they're too bothered or trying too much. I think that's the one where it's difficult to take, isn't it?
Absolutely, and even going into that second half at the start of the season, I put Sunderland, and I was stood there thinking, right then we're in trouble. And I mean, we've been on a slide for a good few years, and you can take it back even before we won the trophy. We were on a slide, and it's now really materializing. And it should have set in then when the transfer window was still open up at Sunderland, when we had that absolute clown Rodriguez in midfield, and then whoever else was there, like. Even then, and I was staggered that they didn't know then. Someone made the point earlier in the show that if we're going to sign players in January, we need to do it quickly. None of this wait till deadline day, Lingard rubbish, right? Let's get it done in the first week, because we need these players now. Come start of February, we might be even worse in trouble. So we need to get players in at the start of the window, but people know that we're desperate, and then that puts the price up, and then we all know what happens then.
I went to America in the pre-season, and you could tell then that Freddie Potts could do a job for you there compared to Rodriguez. No, and that you thought that again the investment wasn't there in the summer, but you could forgive him by thinking, right, if you play Freddie Potts, we love that. We love seeing one of our own, an academy boy, a former player's son. Doing his bit, and he really seems captain material. He's the one G'ing the others up sometimes when we concede a goal or something like that, and he, you can see the desires there, the hungers there, and but you see, it's just been strange under Potter, and it's carried on under Nuno, that you can't call the team selection, and two, the subs for both managers are just baffling, and you're looking at them sort of decisions and you're thinking, I can't work out what's going on here. Have both of them got a motive that they're got an ulterior motive to the board, or have they just got a bad set of players, which in terms of attitude or actually ability, that's maybe where we're at. I don't know. But it's sort of like you say, I thought David Moyes done a great job at West Ham. But then you could tell after the trophy, everyone was saying it's the right time to go. Even if he moved upstairs and, maybe that younger manager, like a Michael Carrick type manager who's played at West Ham, got that connection, might have been there with him backing it up. Then if that don't work, you just literally bring Moisey back in. There's a plan, isn't there? Whereas we got no fucking plan. It's who's available. Lopetegui's available.
Who's free?
He's free. Bring him in.
Yeah.
Okay, we got any West Ham connection in the backroom staff? No. Okay, you do. And then it's Pellegrini Mark II. Right, we can't bring David Moyes back in. We'll bring his youngest successor in, Potter. That comes in, don't work. And then, whether you like it or not, they spent money under Lopetegui. They did spend money. Unfortunately, spend it on shit. But yeah. But look, every year you say it, New Year, and you hope for a bit better. But we've had a couple of years now where it's been grim, isn't it? So it's there's very sort of staggered highlights from the last couple of years, and it's just, I think the overhang of Europe as well. Like, it's funny because you look on your memories on Facebook and things like that, and it's 2 years ago today you were in wherever, and 1 year ago, 3 years ago you were wherever, and you're thinking, God, they were such good times, weren't they? And we had 3 years sustained period of it, and now we'll be booking a weekend in fucking Preston next year, the way it's going, or Stockport. But
Yeah, down to Plymouth or something. That's what it's going to be.
Wrexham, mate. We go to Wrexham. We
Wrexham.
can go and see Ryan Reynolds and the gang down there, can't we? So, but,
It's just, I mean, the points that I mean, we're being cut adrift from it a little bit, and these games coming up are absolutely massive. And I mean, we've spent money. You're right. We've just spent it so badly. It's just, I just struggle to see, the logic behind a lot of it, and that's ultimately why we are where we are. But a big 4 games, now, where hopefully we can string some results together, because then all of a sudden we got Spurs, and then the big teams will start coming up round the corner again, and I struggle again. And Leeds at home on the final day. I mean, you'd rather that than Man City away on the final day, but Leeds at home, we could go into that. There's a serious possibility,
A friend of mine made me laugh yesterday on Facebook. Norman from Malta, who's booked his flights for the Leeds game, the last game of the season, and he put on there, flights all booked for the championship party. The Leeds at home, and the comments on there were hilarious. I was thinking, oh God, please don't, but it's getting real. But like I say, Leeds are beating good teams. And all right, we beat Newcastle, but Newcastle had an off day. We shouldn't have lost to Aston Villa, in fairness, who are a very good side. But like now, literally, when you look at every winnable game on paper, they actually have to go and win them now. That's where we're at already in December. When I come out of Ellen Road, I was saying to a few people then, I've never seen us relegated in October, but I think we're close to it. But now you're looking here and you're thinking, we have been in this position before, but even in 2002, we had a team that we didn't think we were going to get relegated under, with Di Canio, Canute, Defoe, Carrick, Joe Cole, Trevor Sinclair. You could reel those names off. And it's a little bit like what you were saying earlier about the hangover of things. It's now that you're seeing how much we're missing Declan Rice. It is that all right, we got good money for him. We never truly bought the right replacement for that position. James Ward-Prowse and Rodriguez. There's been a lot of in that position that are nowhere near that level. And you're not going to replace him. Don't get me wrong, you're not. But all right, Freddie Potts, you'd like to think you've got an academy player there that's going to come through and be hopefully in that bracket. But he's a long way off of that still. But it was years ago. It was the same when we sold Rio Ferdinand. When we sold Rio Ferdinand, it was like we'd done okay for 6 months, and then the hangover kicked in of what we'd lost. And your centre half, like long before your time, Javier Marquez and people like that, who were nowhere near what you'd lost. And that is kind of what we're looking at now. And then he posts a picture of him and Moisey last night. You think, oh, you little shit. You know what I mean? But look, a lot of people weren't David Moyes lovers. They thought it was time for him to go. But in hindsight, if they'd have known what was in front of us, they'd have probably said, you know what, give him another 2-year contract, wouldn't they? Because
for sure.
you'd just put up with it.
You couldn't have forecasted the just complete chaos that has followed it. And Rice went, and then I was a big Edson Alvarez fan. You were talking about him earlier. I thought he was, and why on earth we let him go out on loan with no option to bring him back was scandalous in the summer. To be honest, I cannot get my head around that at all. But it's that enforcer in midfield, which I think Fernandez could be. He's put in some decent performances. Obviously, Potts has been good, but Alvarez had a really good season, then he had a not so good season, and then he's gone, kind of thing. And it's just we even then we had a bit of a spine to the team. Alvarez was that middle spine of it. You look at it now and you think we're just a bit weak everywhere. And these must-win games, we're not looking like we're going to win.
No. I mean, I don't know if they can call him back in January. I don't know if that's an option or someone said that they can't. But yeah, he would be the best player we've got in the middle of the park right now, probably. Fernandez has been great, to be fair, but sometimes there are games where does very little, to be honest with you. But I mean, I'll just pine for an era, to be honest with you. I took a walk around Upton Park the other day because we had a meeting in the bowling. We do some nights in the bowling, And I had a walk round there, and it's just strange when you walk round and you think. And don't get me wrong, it weren't always a bed of roses there, as a lot of the listeners and fans will tell you. But when you was walking around there and you thought, just pine for the days of like, they weren't the most, in terms of quality of the players, but every one of them tried their bollocks out. And like you was watching a flat 4-4-2. You had 2 strikers. Can you imagine that, Jake? 2 strikers. Now half the clubs in the Premier League ain't got one fucking striker. And then you looked through the whole of that Premier League era in sort of like late 90s, mid 90s, even obviously back before then, the 80s, and then you wouldn't have 3 centre midfielders. You wouldn't have 3 saying, all right, you got to sit front of back 4. You sit just in front of him, and you sit like you're looking at him. You think there ain't an attacker in there, is there? Do you know what I mean? 3 centre midfielders, not one striker, false 9, and then you've got the inverted fullbacks. You look at football now, and I'm sorry when people say best league in the world. Is it bollocks? I go and watch a DVD from the 90s or something like that, when you had players like every club had 2 up front, Hartson and Kitson, Burkamp and Wright, Sutton and Shearer. Everyone had 2 good and you'd have a good one on the bench who'd be in the teams now. But it's just, honestly, it's modern. It's turned into more of a social scene now than anything else. Is because why are you going to West Ham this weekend? Well, it's what I've done for 30 years. I might as well still do it.
Just for a laugh.
That's it. Yeah, go over there, have a bit of peace and quiet.
Yeah, I mean, it's just getting to the point. I mean, where there's been the sort of exodus of people that have given it up. I'm like, why not? But I mean, a lot of people do it just because it's what they've done, and the players probably don't deserve. I mean, they don't deserve 3,000 people 4 days before Christmas going out to Man City, knowing what's coming full well yesterday, and despite that, they were still all up there. And fair play, and everyone will be at Fulham, and then we go to Wolves, and I think that is a really big game all of a sudden.
Huge,
massive game.
Yeah. Depending on what happens, Fulham and Brighton, because the quick turnaround again. I said, don't think we've got the squad for the quick turnaround. So one of them game, and then it goes all the way back. What I was talking about. Could you say the team selection for either end? I mean, to me, we've got to go strongest side against Fulham. It's a must win. It's a must win. It's got to bring some cheer. It's got to try and generate some form of atmosphere around the ground. And then a few days later at home to Brighton, difficult game. But at least we could come there with a bit of renewed optimism. And then you try and create that bounce of from one to the next to the next to the next. But I think if you were to offer 6 points from them 3 games, I'd bite your hand off right now. Which the one really Wolves ain't won a fucking game. Enter West Ham. It's
exactly, you can see it.
Yeah. But and then even after that, I think we've got Forest, haven't we, as well? We've got Forest coming up at home.
Yeah.
And in such quick turnarounds, that's the thing that really worries me. No Diouf, no Wan-Bissaka. I think someone said Scholes might have got injured yesterday as well. I don't know if that was.
I'm not sure.
I think I see on somewhere they said they thought he limped off or something like that. But which leaves us, and then again it goes back to recruitment. It goes back to things like, why did we get rid of Aaron Creswell? Why did we get rid of Kufal? Was there one of the 2 that we could have said, well, actually, Cres can play left of a 3, can play left back. He could, if he had to, he could. When you look at the squad. And you look at the lack of depth in the squad, and then you're scratching your head thinking, well, someone surely knew, hold on, December, in a fixture congestion, you're losing both your best fullbacks. Yeah. And, that's what, but I don't know, it's bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers.
But then again, it wouldn't surprise you if nobody put 2 and 2 together and got 4 and realised they're both going till probably September, October time. I thought, oh, blimey, we've looked ahead.
I think Sunderland have lost about 6, haven't they?
Sunderland have lost 6. Yeah, 6
Yeah, so
players.
they certainly didn't sit there and go think about the African Cup of Nations, but
Yeah, because I mean we got quite fortunate last time around because we still had Kudus then, and they got knocked out early, and he came
yeah,
back a lot earlier than we thought. But you think, you can't rely on that, and yeah, you think so. We've got 27th Fulham, 30th is Brighton, and you've got third is so. I think it's Saturday the 3rd is Wolves, and then Tuesday the 9th is Tuesday the 6th is Forest. So you've got two clumps of games where you've got 2 games in 4 days, twice in the space of a couple of weeks. We ain't
yeah.
got the squad. I mean, Wilson's going to play one in each sort of set of games, you'd think, and
Better give the boys a ring for that QPR game. A few of them old match day ambassadors might be getting the fucking boots on again, mightn't they? But
Yeah,
crowd would
exactly.
probably rather see that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, yeah. I reckon if they got Marlon Harewood, Carlton Cole up front, then they probably do better than what we got.
That's it. And my old mate Alan McKnight in goal. He can still. Well, can't. I was going to say put Jimmy Walker in there, but we ain't that fucking desperate.
I was going to say, should you put like both of them in? If we like sacrifice 2, if we put like, you take one half and you take the other. No.
Jimmy won't mind me saying
that. Before we go, Christmas-based questions. So,
right.
And it's a big if all of the Christmas food was eradicated from the world, right? So everything that you associate with Christmas food, it's all gone, but you can keep hold of one Christmas food item. Can be sweet, can be savoury. What comes into your head when I say you're allowed to keep one Christmas food item?
Roast potatoes.
See, that's been a popular. I mean, we've had probably 10 or 12 people, and that's the 3rd time someone said that. Yeah, roast potatoes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm a chocoholic as well, as you can probably see by my so yeah, roast potatoes.
Yeah, there we go. Got to be nice and crispy with a bit of seasoning on top, really crispy.
I fucking hate Christmas dinner, if I'm being totally honest. It bores me intensely. Turkey's shit. Roast dinners are just not my thing, really. If I could have pie and mash for Christmas, I have had pie and mash for Christmas dinner once, years ago. Went to Robin's in East Ham, got some pie and mash Christmas Eve, and brought it home and said to me mum when I was still living at home, I'm having fucking pie and mash. I can't keep eating. I said, that Christmas dinner's shit. So, yeah, if pie and mash was an option, it'd be in that. But so I suppose you can keep the mash, but because some people do have mash boxes today, don't they? But so but no, not a Christmas dinner person, to be totally honest. It's the one day a year that everyone has to eat turkey, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose, isn't it? Yeah. So are you sticking traditional with a roast on Wednesday, whenever it is?
No, we're going out. We're having a meal down in Leigh-on-Sea at a restaurant somewhere, and I am having steak and chips. Believe it or not, it was an option on the menu. So it was beef brisket, it was turkey traditional Christmas dinner, or it was steak and chips. I thought that'd do me, steak and chips. So yeah, I'm going very untraditional again on Christmas Day.
Well, I mean, we had a couple of people come on earlier who said they're having curry on Christmas Day.
Curry, yeah.
Yeah.
Would you have that? Yeah, I would have a curry Christmas Day. To be honest with you, I would. Chicken curry, something like that. It's not, but couldn't have turkey curry. Yes, honestly, turkey shit. Fucking hell, so boring.
You don't like turkey, no?
Oh, fucking hell, Jesus. I'd rather watch Guido fucking Rodriguez for the rest of the season than have to have turkey again.
Well, that is quite something. That is.
I'd rather have him round for Christmas fucking dinner with Mavropanos, but yeah.
But what a trio that is! You, Rodriguez, and Mavropanos.
Well, you should do that one the next time. We was only talking about it tonight, which is your Christmas. You can pick anyone. They could be living, dead, or anything like that. It's 3 people to have your dinner with Christmas Day and your meal as well. So, and we was just picking who it would be actually when we was out earlier. Mine was Bobby Moore, Dean Martin, and John Wayne. I love John Wayne, so yeah, be Bobby Moore, Dean Martin, John Wayne. John Wayne would be telling us all the famous films he's been in. Bobby Moore would be talking about lifting the World Cup, FA Cups with West Ham. I wouldn't leave him alone all night talking about all the things that I didn't live but have heard all about, and Dean Martin could sing "I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles."
There we go. Well, that's just
Yeah.
you've got that all sorted. I tell you what, that's next year's Christmas
Next
question.
year's
That
one.
is.
Next year's one. There you
Yeah,
go. There you
yeah,
go. Got
very
12
good.
months
Done
to
my
think
work
about
for
it,
me.
haven't I?
Yeah, yeah. That is a top question. So we will do that next year. That saves me having to think of one at 10 to 7 next year. Brilliant. Top work. Ian, just before we go, tell us a bit about the events you've got coming up in the new year. What have you got
Wow.
planned?
Loads. Lots of exciting bits and bobs, but we're shooting a music video in the bowling, which is a new one for us. Got approached by a guy who's doing a new West Ham song.
Are you on the microphone or?
No, we ain't got to do no
No?
singing, just like extras. I think Dixie's in it, Tony Cotty's in it, Ginger Pelle's in it, Jimmy Walker, Dean Ashton. We're hoping that Trevor Brookins going to be in it as well. So shooting the bowling looks really fun and exciting. Whether the song's any good or not, then it's going to be down to the masses. It's a hard one to please, but yeah, we're shooting that early in January. First big event for us is Ricardo Vazte. We've got him coming over with Colton Cole. So that's in February. We've got a strikers evening in March. We kind of we've done part 1 strikers. I think we've done part 2, part 3. So it's like 5 strikers through the eras. So it covers a big span. So it'd be someone from 70s, 80s, 90s, zeros, 10s. That's what we try to do, is cover a sort of 50, 40 year span. So then we're off to Australia with Tony Cotty and Frank McAvenny. So there's events out there. So we're going with them, which is really exciting. Over to Belfast with Sir Trevor in April. Belfast Hammers, fabulous people over there, really good fun. Trevor don't drink, so I don't know what they're going to think about him, to be honest, when he rocks up and wants a Diet Coke. But yeah, and then May, really busy time for us. We've got reunion of the 2006 FA Cup team. We've got the 10th anniversary of leaving the bowling. So we've got some guests confirmed there. I think the FA Cup one so far, we got Danny Gabbard on. I'm really trying to get Alan Pardew for that as well, which would be good. And then the back to the bowling one, I'm working very hard on a couple of special guests. That's all I'm going to say for that one. And then a lot of people asked, obviously, Billy passing away recently. We've said that we're going to do a tribute night to Bill next year as well. A lot of people asking when it is. It is going to be September the 17th or the 18th, which is a Thursday or a Friday. I normally wait till fixtures come out. The reason behind that date is Billy would have been celebrating his 80th birthday on September the 17th, the same day as my mum, believe it or not. So it's either going to be Thursday the 17th, depending on the fixture, or Friday the 18th. There'll be a host of people who played for him, played with him, celebrating the career of the great man. And I'm really hoping DT38 orientated. We're hoping next year that we're going to, obviously, golf day, which is we do every year. Gala dinner be a first, which we're going to try and sneak into the calendar. And involved with DT38, I'm just confirming the date with Charlton Athletic now. I think it's May the 16th, which is the Saturday of the weekend. We play Newcastle away. We play Newcastle on the Sunday. So hopefully Saturday, May the 16th, be the Legends of Charlton Athletic versus the Legends of West Ham United. And that looks banging from both sides, to be honest. So, I've been going over Charlton a little bit recently, and they really want it so much. They really want to make it such a bumper day and get a big crowd. You remember the Dagenham game? Yeah. Looking at funds and things like that. We had 2,000 people at Dagenham. It generated 33 grand for DT38. Can you imagine if we get 10,000 people at the Valley? If we get over 10,000 people at the Valley, we could really make a difference with a match like that. But it'd be evenly split between DT38 and the Charlton Former Players Association. So, and I say Charlton, he has been a pleasure to deal with. Gavin, the chairman at Charlton Athletic, a top man. Just, you know, to meet a guy who's a genuine supporter of his football club, who's the chairman.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, the guy. I got to tell you, honestly, he's like, all right, what we got to do to get Paolo Di Canio over here for that match? We've got to do this. Yeah, I'll do it. That's it. I'll cover it. Don't take it out of the pot. I'll cover it. And it's like, you know, it's just honestly, they're brilliant. And Curbs is going to be in the dugout for Charlton again, which is big for them. We're trying to get Pardew in the dugout for us. A bit of a grudge match there. They can have a face-off or something like that the week before. So look, lots of plans next year. We were busy last year. Lots of clubs asking us to take people to their social clubs because look, it's hard out there. It's hard out there, you know, and these social clubs, they're dying. They're dying. They are. Hospitality's going to take a massive hit again next year, which COVID, you know, was a big decline for hospitality. The budget could be another big decline. So some of these nights, I mean, we've done one very recently with a mate of ours, Ricky, at Chadwell St Mary. They took their best bar take of the year with a night with Julian Dixon, Tony Gow. These are lifelines for these clubs. Yeah. And obviously, we can't do it without all the fans turning up and supporting it. And, you know, like you do, you come and support the golf day and give us lots of exposure. We put that golf day on sale. It's sold in 2 days now, and which is phenomenal. And, yeah, lots to look forward to next year. I know it's a lot of people say, like, there's a lot of events. It's tough on the purse strings. We like to try and keep the prices down and everything. Oh, and our gala dinner. Our own gala dinner, 24th of April. Last year, we had the 75-80 Cup final sides, which was a brilliant night. 44 tables, 30 ex-players. This year, 42 tables. We've had to chop it down a couple of tables. Sold 39. So we've got 3 tables left. The entire boys of 86, all of them, every single one of them has said yes. You know, with 12 other guests, once again, 30 players going to be there. Scotty Minto hosting, who's a top boy, Scotty. Really good if you listen to him on TalkSport. He's brilliant. So, yeah, loads to look forward to. So, you know, just people, if they're interested, just follow us on our socials. You see it all on there. So
that's brilliant. Yeah, but absolutely fantastic. So there's plenty to look forward to there if you want to.
And an evening with Konstantin Mavropanos to be announced towards the end of the year.
To be confirmed. Yeah.
To be confirmed. We're going to book a little taverna out. We're going to smash a few plates, and yeah, I'm sure they'll be queuing out the fucking door to see him, won't they? So
yeah. Yeah, you could have Rodriguez hosting and Mavropanos there as well. You have a good little duo act, or maybe you could host an interview and do him a good grilling. And to be fair,
I'd love that. I would fucking love that. Honestly, to be, he did. I'm sure. I've got to be honest. I think we've hit 86 players we've had at our events now over the years. So 86 different West Ham players. So we're only 14 away from having 100. Players. I don't see Constantine being one of them, if I'm being honest.
Well, I don't know. You never know. Stranger things have happened, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, we had Tommy Repka this fucking year. So, I mean, like you say, it's, you know, each their own. But, you know, we had 90 minutes of him just saying, fuck you for 90 minutes. That was it. That's the only English he knew. And, you know, like you do, dropped the bombshell 2 days before we booked him. You know, I need an interpreter. So I went, okay, fucking hell. But, yeah, these things happen.
Oh dear, that's brilliant. Ian, have a fantastic Christmas. Thank you very much.
All, mate.
Indeed, for joining me. And I'm sure I'll see you in the arse end of nowhere up north. Wolves away. That's going to be
Wolves
fun.
away. Wolves away, definitely. Yeah. Look, keep the faith. Keep the faith. I know it's hard. And, you know, everyone, all of your listeners, all of our followers, if you're following tonight, have a very Merry Christmas, and let's hope 2026 is a better year for us all. Come on, you Irons.
Well said, absolutely. Ian, I'll see you soon. Thank you very much indeed for joining me. Cheers, mate.
See you later, mate. All the best.
Cheers, Ian.
Ta-da.
Thank you. Thank you. And there we go. That is going to wrap us up in under 3 hours. Perfect. I just wanted to say before I go, a huge thank you to everybody that has watched this year, that has commented, liked, subscribed, watched a minute, watched an hour, watched 24 hours. You know, if you've sat here and you've watched us this year, I'd like to say a huge thank you to everybody who you know, has got involved. And I couldn't do it without my fantastic array of guests. I couldn't do it without the boys on the preview, and Sean and Josh on the roundup show, and opposition fans that come on, to everybody that is a part of it, to Dad that masterfully sorts this out twice a year for my birthday and for this, a logistical nightmare. So a huge credit. Thank you, Dad, for that. And thank you, Dad, for putting up with me yesterday when I was slightly worse for wear. But no, thank you very much, everybody. We will, of course, carry on into 2026, and hopefully West Ham can pull something out of the bag and bring a bit of confidence to it, because it's all a little bit down. But let's scrap that, sod that for a while. I hope all of you at home have a very Merry Christmas. Spend it with the people that you like and you love. And yeah, I mean, there's some people that maybe you won't want to see, but you do it because it's Christmas. You know, it is what it is. I hope you have a fantastic time, and I apologise about the pumpkin-based collage around. I'll get better for next year. Thank you very much, everybody. From me, come on, you irons, for the final time before Christmas, and I will see you soon right here on West Ham Unofficial. Wouldn't we love Santa to come along with 3 points on the 27th? Let's hope that we can do that. From me, that's it. Come on, you irons. We'll see you soon. Bye bye.